broadcast of high school sports on the NCW Life channel is presented by Harvest Valley Pest Control, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Confluence Health, Les Schwab Tires, Biosports Physical Therapy, Impact Auto Sales, the Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Town Toyota, Automocha, JDSA Law, and Weinstein Beverage. Now let's go live for all the action of tonight's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCW Life channel.
Evening, football fans. Welcome to Lee Bofto Field here at the Apple Bowls. It's football season once again. Along with Grant Olson, I'm Eric Grandstrom here on the NCW Life channel. A nice catch there, buddy.
Pretty good toss.
I thought you were a quarterback.
I was.
But you were in the shotgun, right?
I was in the shotgun,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
Good snap.
We are welcoming you here to the Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl as we get ready for the opening game of the season as the Wenatchee Panthers take on the Mount Si Wildcats, a team that ran all the way to the quarterfinals of the state 4A tournament a year ago, and someplace the Panthers would like to put themselves this year, Grant.
You know, and I think the Panthers are in a little better shape to take on a team as Mount Si's caliber, a very, very good ball club, and they've been good for a long time, Eric. So this, to me, is a matchup kind of like we're going to see Sunday in the NFL between the Steelers and the Patriots to start off the season. Ooh. Two kind of big-name 4A schools going at it right off the bat this season.
Well, last year was a 52-0 blowout by Mount Si at home. The Panthers hope to return that favor here tonight. We're going to talk more about the game and get you ready for kickoff here as the Panthers and Wildcats, it's a cat fight. We'll come back with more coming up on the NCW Life channel. Welcome back to the pregame show here on the NCW Life channel along with Grant Olson. I'm Eric Grandstrom as we get ready for the Wenatchee Panthers and the Mount Si Wildcats. They finished last year 10-3 overall, Grant, and made it to the quarterfinals, and they didn't lose until their last regular season game. Now, the Panthers went over there last year and found out, boy, that Millen kid is pretty good at quarterback. He's now at the University of Oregon, but as far as the cupboards at Mount Si, they're not bare, are they?
No, that's right. They have another Millen waiting in the wings, and we're going to see him here tonight. His name is Clay Millen, not CALE. CALE is one that graduated last year, but Clay Millen, some people say better than his older brother, 6'3", 191-pound junior. Looking forward to see how he flings it around the field.
Well, and if that Millen name sounds familiar, yeah, Hugh Millen is their dad, the former quarterback for the University of Washington and several teams in the NFL, including the Atlanta Falcons. I know that the bloodlines are good, and we'll see if this junior quarterback for Mount Si, who also, by the way, received a scholarship offer from the University of Oregon, so the Ducks are looking for them to fly high for the Millen boys here for quite some time.
I'll tell you what, this team, they play in such a tough league. I mean, you have teams like Kentwood, Skyline in your league, Issaquah, and they ran the table last year on all these teams and beat them soundly, and they have some returners this year. I'm expecting a very, very tough team.
Well, let's talk about Wenatchee. Of course, you had a sophomore quarterback last year who made his first ever start at Mount Si, and Coach Scott Devereaux telling us here during the season last year and then during the offseason and the summer workouts that his heart rate was way out of whack in that game, and he learned a lot in that contest. And we saw Camden Sermon simmer down throughout the season, and he got better and better and better. And Coach Devereaux is expecting a lot out of that junior here this year for Wenatchee.
And that's another one. We're talking about great bloodlines as far as football goes. And, yeah, he got better and better as the season progressed last year. You said it. He was so nervous and so tight to start that year, but he got better. Nate Blauman, the third leading rusher in the Big Nine last year with over 1,200 yards rushing, expecting a lot from him as well. Wenatchee returns 10 out of 11 starters on offense. So Mount Si's got their hands full on defense tonight, if nothing else.
Riley Coons heading to an Ivy League school, and here's a guy that we would hope they would use a little bit more. Last year is the tight end position. He's a little bit beefier this year. Maybe they'll go to him a little more.
I think they will go to him a little bit more, and I expect to see that tonight for sure.
So the question I have, Grant, is you've got a high-flying offense that last year put up a lot of points, and they're used to doing that. Do you take the air out of the football if you're Wenatchee? You have the ability of Nate Blauman to run the football. You've got that option offense with Sermon able to keep it and take it for yardage as well. You've got a returning offensive line with, 4 or 5 guys up front. Do you take the air out, keep the possession, and grind it out here tonight?
I think you do. I think you keep it on the ground. You have Nate Blauman there, and as you said, Sermon's a great runner as well. don't go away from what got you there. And that's what got him there last year. Nate Blauman played great. I think we're going to see a lot of ground and pound from Wenatchee tonight.
Well, it will certainly be interesting. We'll come back and get you the starting lineups coming up and get you ready for kickoff here at Lee-Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. It is the Panthers and the Wildcats, Wenatchee and Mount Si coming up next on the NCW Life Channel.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Well, welcome back once again here to Lee-Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Hopefully you're able to hear us now, aside from just having silent pictures here tonight from the Apple Bowl. It is a warm one here.
Boy,
Grant and
I guess. Wow.
Sweating like rancid chunks of pork up here in the press box. But we're ready for football, and we hope you are too, as Mount Si and Wenatchee ready to tee it up here at Lee-Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl to start the 2019 season. The referee tonight is Troy Hulse. The umpire is Mark Bavard. Lyons is Mitch Walls. The judge is Kirk Lyons, and the back judge is Fred Carino from the Chelan County Officials Association. Grant, you've got an eyeball on the captains as they approach the center field.
That's right. Captains for the Wenatchee Panthers this season. Number 84 is Riley Coons. Also Nate Blauman out there in midfield. Also not dressed tonight, but out on the field is Trey Jagla, also a captain for the Panthers. And rounding out the captains for the Wenatchee Panthers, Camden Sermon, the 6'5", 185-pound junior. And the captains for Mount Si, and number 6, Braden Holt. He's a senior. He's a captain tonight. As well as, oh boy, this is the first game of the season, Eric.
I think it is.
Colby Botten also is a captain for Mount Si. They're at the middle of the field. Referees giving them instructions for this beautiful night here at the Lee-Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Great to have you along, and a pretty good crowd on hand too, even though Mount Si traveled a long way to get here in the Snoqualmie School District. I guess it's near North Bend, right, Eric?
Right.
Not in North Bend, but Mount Si is, I guess, technically, right? Anyway, beautiful night tonight, and hope you sit back and enjoy this one. The Panthers, of course, in their home purple uniforms, Mount Si in their away whites. Eric mentioned it in the pregame, so Mount Si went all the way to the quarterfinals in the 4A playoffs last year. Wenatchee basically eliminated at the end of the season last year after a pretty good season. Ended up, 4-2, I think, in league play, and 6-2 overall, something like that, 6-3 overall. And anyway, they're hoping to improve on that this season.
6-4 overall on the season, 4-2 in the Big Nine. Mount Si won the toss, but elected to defer to the second half, so the Panthers will get the football first in their purple uniforms with the, thank goodness, golden numbers.
Is that nice?
Oh, we had issues with their dark jerseys and their dark numbers from a year ago, and thank God the visitors have the whites with the red numbers here tonight.
This should be fairly easy to see anyway.
Well, don't give away too many excuses before we start here, Grant. So we're ready for football tonight on the NCW Life Channel, and it is brought to you in part, as he scrambles for his sheet here, Harvest Valley Pest Control. You can rest assured Harvest Valley Pest Control used kid and pet safe material around your home or office. Call today for your free estimates.
Colby Ramsey will kick it off for the Mount Si Wildcats. And back to return. Nate Blauman is back there. For the Panthers, also number 3, Obadiah Young, back to receive this kick. And number 11, that's Jalen Gelsing.
Or JJ as we knew him last year.
Gosh, why don't they just have JJ?
They got awfully official on the,
I guess.
on the roster here.
Here we go, Ramsey with the kickoff, and we're underway, and our football season underway here on the NCW Life Channel. Taken by Blauman at about the 7-yard line, hit at the 21, drags a player, and then just sits down at about the 23-yard line. Panthers will start there at their own 23-yard line.
Tackle made by Stuart Demerit for the Wildcats. And that's something you just want to get out of the way early, Grant, is hit somebody else. Man, you've been practicing for 2 weeks since school started. You got your 10 practices in. You're tired of hitting your own guys. Let's hit somebody else.
Absolutely. And speaking of school starting, Mount Si just started their school year this week. So a little bit less at school for Mount Si than the Panthers, but just as much practice in, of course, as Camden Sermon brings the offense to the line of scrimmage. Sermon in shotgun, the 6-foot, 185-pound junior. Blauman in the backfield with him as Jelsing goes in motion. Handoff goes Blauman right side. Hit at the line of scrimmage, then falls forward for about 3 yards. Maybe call it 2 to the 25-yard line.
Well, we wondered if they were going to test the defensive line early against Mount Si with just 3 guys down on the defensive line. Trey Jagla from his center position actually pulled around the horn and helped block that opening there for the Panthers.
And we mentioned it, you did, Eric, a big size difference. The defensive line from outside, the offensive line for the Wenatchee Panthers. 2 split left side, 1 to the right. It's Jelsing, Blauman in the backfield with Sermon. Sermon once again in shotgun. He'll be there most of the night tonight. Now Riley Coons in motion from one side of the line to the other side. And the snap, Sermon back to pass, rolling to his left, looking downfield. He's going to keep it, tucks it under his shoulder and out of bounds. Hit hard at the 28-yard line, and that'll be short of a first down. A short gain of only 2 yards.
Well, a good coverage downfield by the defensive backs is downfield for the Wenatchee Panthers. Obadiah Young, I think he was the intended receiver on a 15-and-out route, but he was covered well. So Daniel Harrison able to chase Sermon out of bounds. Going to be a big 3rd and 5 coming up on this first possession for the Panthers.
And a big pop by Harrison, too, as Sermon got to that sideline. Eric mentioned it, our big 3rd down play, our first one of the night, 3rd down and 5, ball at the Panther 28-yard line. 2 receivers split far side, it's a wide side of the field. Once again, Sermon shotgun rolls to his right this time, looks over center of the field, late getting it to Jelsing, and it's knocked out of his hands from behind. Nice defensive play back there by Stuart Demerit.
Yep.
The quarterback.
Just a little bit too slow on that read for Camden Sermon. He had him open. I think he was also looking for Riley Coons to come in out of the flat there after a chip block up at the line of scrimmage. But just a little slow on the read for Sermon. That allowed the defender, Demerit, to come in and knock that ball away, forcing a 4th down.
Boy, exactly right, Eric. And it was just a hair too late coming over the middle. All right, back to receive this kick by the Panthers now is number 5, Colby Botten for Mount Si. Make that number 3, Zachary Soliday. Wobbly short kick that was almost blocked. Good Panther bounce at the 47, goes across midfield, and it's down in great field position at the Mount Si 48-yard line.
Well, a short punt for Camden Sermon. Of course, you had Faraz Nassa, who was here last year, who did all the kicking duties for the Wenatchee Panthers and kind of kicked by committee here so far. Not a great punt, and boy, Mount Si in great field position.
Just what they wanted on the road, ball near midfield, and now this offense that we've been waiting to see. As we mentioned, the Millen boys have been in charge of this offense the last few years. Now it's the younger Millen, Clay Millen, a junior, that will take over at quarterback. In shotgun now, 2 receivers tucked in right side, 2 to the left as well. Spread offense right now as Millen looks left side, tries to get a block, and we've got a whistle prior to that, and we might have a false start.
Got a flag on the far side of the field. Maybe a shift against the Wildcats. Yep, it is a motion penalty against the offense.
So that'll take Mount Si back 5 yards, bring up first down and 15.
That's one thing we got to keep in mind as our viewers are watching at home. You know, we've seen the NFL have 4 preseason games and, of course, a lot of flags in those games. They get the chance to warm up, if you will, make mistakes, things like that.
Absolutely.
You come out here on a Friday night, it counts, but they're still going to make some mistakes.
That's a great point, too. First down 15, ball now back to the Mount Si 43-yard line. Here's Millen, looks left side, same play, hits his receiver out there. And then a hard hit. It's Obadiah Young on the reception. Short gain, though, barely back to the line of scrimmage. Not sure if he made it. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line.
Just a pitch and catch to the left side. I think they're trying to draw the defenders up on the line of scrimmage and then maybe a pump and go, setting that up for later down the season. They didn't quite get to the original line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 11.
And here's a no huddle now for Mount Si. Millen looking right side, has a receiver wide open downfield into Panther territory at the 35-yard line, and it's caught there by number 5.
Colby Botten with the catch, just a simple down and out, and the defender on that side for the Wenatchee Panthers was playing off the ball a little bit too loose there for Sebastian Esquivel, and just a quick pitch and catch, first down, and a big gain in the Wenatchee territory.
Looked like he just got picked off a little bit. I hate to say picked off, but a screen there's Botten again, and a pitch, a wide receiver pitch. Nice call and a nice hard hit just across the 30 and about the 26-yard line. That tackle by the Panthers that time, and a nice one, Jack Stucker.
And I didn't see who carried the ball that time there, Grant.
It was Blotten, the wide receiver, came around on a wide receiver.
They do
reverse.
that fly sweep, and they're talking to the officials before the ball game about that, saying, hey, be sure, and if we drop it or something, since that pitch is in front of the quarterback, that is an incomplete pass. Got a little blood on the knee of one of the Panthers, so we've got a substitution timeout called by the officials, or actually knee pads. Fred Carino, the back judge, saying, hey, your knee pads don't go down far enough, so until you can get the proper pads, you can't be in this football game.
That's Malik Simeon for the Panthers, 6-foot junior. So a stoppage in play as he comes back out now. Chelsea talking to Carino in the backfield there. And here we go. 2nd down and 4 for Mount Si. The Wildcats once again in shotgun. It's Clay Millen, the junior. Looks left side, goes that way. Quick hitter outside inside the 24-yard line, 25-yard line. J.J. Jelsing runs fellow number 11, Kevin Corder, out of bounds after a short gain.
Going to be awfully close to the first down. Going to depend on the spot and the look by the officials, and it will be a first down.
Boy, that was close.
So they did get that 4 yards they needed for the first down. And how about this, Millen, 3 of 3 already in the ball game for 21 yards.
Yeah, it looks pretty sharp tonight. 9:02 left to go, first quarter. Just underway here from the Apple Bowl. As Mount Si threatening now deep into Panther territory. Millen back to pass, beautiful pass right side, Blotten again, stiff arm, gets inside the 10 and is wrestled out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
Boy, 16-yard gain just in a gulp there for Mount Si as they get it down to the 11-yard line. Again, just really quality pitching by the quarterback back there, Millen. He's got the whole field from which to work right now, and they're just picking the Panthers apart.
And plenty of time to do it, too. 1st and goal now for Mount Si. Millen still in shotgun. 2 receivers split on each side. Running back is Andy Cole back there, 5'10 junior. Millen directs traffic. Panthers show blitz. Look like they're going to come this time, and I think they are. Gall goes right side. Blotten in there. He dropped it. Boy, it looked like a great catch, but he did drop it just as he went out of bounds, and that goes incomplete.
Boy, that ball was absolutely on the money from Millen.
And he knows it out
His
there.
first incompletion of the ball game, and boy, that was awfully close to being a touchdown.
Boy, you just can't throw the ball any better than that. And there wasn't one Panther defender that could even got his hand on that one. The only one that could make the catch was Blotten, and he almost did it. 2nd down and goal now. Same formation for the Wildcats. 8:46 left to go here. First quarter, same play, and this time caught for the touchdown for Mount Si.
Well, they said that this Millen might be better than his older brother who's at the University of Oregon right now. The U has already offered Clay a scholarship. He's a junior, and boy, did he just pick the Panthers apart.
How about the junior Colby Botten, too? That was quite a drive for him as well. It was less than a 2-minute drive. And Mount Si goes down and gets the first points of this ball game. In the kick now, Colby Ramsey for the extra point try for the Wildcats. 6-0 ball game. Good snap. The hold is down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 8 minutes, 41 seconds left to go first quarter. Mount Si draws first blood. It's the Wildcats 7 and the Panthers nothing. More right after this.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning has been proudly serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 35 years. And just as Dick's has been there for you, they have also been an essential part of our community, supporting local youth sports all year long and your Wenatchee Wild.
Thanks for your support.
Thanks, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, for all your support. Thank you.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your local, independent, trained comfort specialist. Call 884-6444 today.
Colby Ramsey, the kickoff from outside of J.J. Jelson. He has the sideline. Can he stay in bounds? He might have stepped out of bounds. And he did right at the 30-yard line. Boy, he cut it back in. That was almost a big run back for J.J. Jelson.
Jonathan Mezqua out in front of him, providing the lane up the far sideline from our cameras, and Jelson just about able to pop that one for a 95-yard kickoff return. But the Panthers just what they needed after getting just walloped on defense, coming out with good field position on offense.
Panthers at their own 31-yard line, 8:33 left to go. Lots of time in this ball game. Panthers 3 and out on their first possession. Here's a keeper by Sermon. It was a fake to Blauman, and he fell down at about the 30-yard line. That'll just be a gain of about a yard. Unfortunate there. Looks like he had some room up the middle there, too.
He had some room, and he had some room. He would have handed off to Nate Blauman as well on that particular play. Sometimes you just gamble right, and you call the play that the defense is running the opposite way from. That was one of those occasions that I think Sermon's eyes got big. He thought, ooh, I got a lot of green here, and just stumbles and falls down.
Boy, exactly right. Sermon, shotgun. Blauman out in the left side. Handoff left. No, it's kept up the middle by Sermon. A keeper. Gain of about 4 over the 35-yard line to the 36. Brought down there by Andrew Edson, the defensive lineman for Mount Si. Brings up 3rd down and 5 for the Panthers.
Well, talking with Coach Devereaux here before the season began, he said that Camden Sermon took himself to a quarterback camp, the Russell Wilson quarterback camp, as a matter of fact, went to another camp. Of course, they had their summer team camp here at Wenatchee High School, and he said, boy, this guy worked and worked and worked in the offseason to make himself a better quarterback.
Fantastic. Riley Coons comes left to right on the offensive line, split way out left. Obadiah, I should say, who am I trying to say? Obadiah Young. Yes, right side, Blauman, first big run of the night as he crosses midfield into Mount Si territory at the 49-yard line.
16-yard gain on that little out pass, and how many do we say that year after year after year? Oh, throw to the back out of the backfield.
Absolutely.
They do there, and they get a big gain on the play.
Still like to see Riley Coons get incorporated in this offense. We'll see if they start using him as this first half wears on. 7:03 left now. Still early first quarter. It's 7-0 Mount Si on top. Panthers 1st and 10 at the Wildcats 49-yard line. Bottom of the screen is Jelson. Once again, Sermon shotgun handoff. There's Blauman left side. Shakes the first tackler. Gets a couple of yards. Shy of the Mount Si 45-yard line, and ball will be marked at the 47.
Jake Smith, the 5'11", 194-pound sophomore, doing his job in the defensive backfield as that linebacker on that outside, shooting the gap and able to get a corral. And that's one of the things we saw last year. Blauman can be so slippery to try to tackle as he turns both his shoulders and his hips, makes himself a small target.
He really does that, and he kind of delays at the line of scrimmage, too. He likes to survey things a little bit and pick his spot and then go. That was his forte last year, and boy, what a year he had. We mentioned over 1,200 yards in the Big 9. All right, 2nd down and 8 for the Panthers. Sermon, shotgun, handoff Blauman again, right side, nowhere to go this time. Flags come flying in. That ball play was busted up right from the start.
Yeah, shooting in and making the tackle was Anthony Gilden. He got, as they say, leakage on the offensive line there to shoot through from his defensive tackle position. A flag usually in the place of holding, and we'll see if this one comes back.
It's holding. Panthers a little bit flat here to start this ball game, aren't they?
They certainly are. And I think there's probably, we mentioned how many returners they have from last year's squad that's out there on the offense for Wenatchee. They saw this team last year. They probably have that in their mind at least a little bit. It's hard to flush 52-0.
You know, that's a great point, too. It's a little different team, but, boy, it's still hard to get it out of your head. You're right. Panthers now facing second down and, 18, I guess. Ball back at their own 43-yard line. Sermon, shotgun, fake to Blauman. This time, swing pass out to Jelsing, left side, gets some momentum, and then gets hammered just shy of the 50-yard line. Down at the 48. What a hit out there.
Boy,
I think it was Caleb Dalglish.
I think Carson Clay over there to play a lick on him as well. That's a little dangerous for your guy who's your slot man to come out and go out in the flat and take that ball as a reception and then leave his feet. Carson Clay able to nail him to the turf. 3rd and long coming up for the Panthers.
JJ's bent over in that huddle. I think he's still feeling that hit a little bit, but boy, he's in great shape, JJ Jelsing. As the Panthers now face 3rd and long, 3rd down and 12, just shy of the 50-yard line at their own 49. Trips right side this time, play action pass. Blauman, the ball is thrown over the middle, wide open there. Just a little bit overthrown as Jonathan Amezcua. But that ball, I think, was catchable at about the 30-yard line.
Amezcua looked like, and he's one of the new jerseys we see out there for the Panthers this year on the varsity side. Looked like maybe a little sloppy on the pattern on that particular ball, but yeah, thrown just a little bit behind him. But I want to probably say that was the pattern, not so much the pass by Sermon.
4th down and 12 now facing the Panthers. Doesn't look like they're going to punt. Somebody is back deep, Blotton in there. A quick kick then by Sermon. Look out, and the ball's loose. It did hit Mount Side. It's recovered at the 24-yard line by Riley Coons. And the Panthers catch a break at the 24-yard line.
Just exactly what Wenatchee needed was some sort of shot in the arm, and they do it with the quick punt. You mentioned it looked like maybe the Panthers were going to go for it out of that formation with the Sermon in the backfield lined up in his quarterback position, but then he does the quick kick, hits the shoulder of a man who is back trying to help block, and I think that went off the shoulder pad of Braden Holt, and the Panthers able to recover. Riley Coons with a big play. There is a flag on the play, so we'll have to check that flag.
Boy, what a break if it does stand for the Panthers, and did they pick the flag up?
Well, their offense is still out on the field. The official on the far side is explaining to Mount Si what the penalty is, and they're going to mark it off maybe half the distance to the goal here. Maybe sideline interference.
That's what I'm thinking, too. Some kind of personal foul, right?
Yep. So sideline interference on that punt. Right. Coaches were out on the field, not allowing the official on that side to run down the sideline. They warned before the game. They said, this is your warning. There will be no flag warning. When we flag it, you're going to get a penalty.
And they weren't kidding. Panthers have even a better break now. 1st down and 10 at the 13-yard line of Mount Si. Sermon shotgun. Looks right, goes right side, has Jelsing, but overthrows him and out of bounds. And that goes incomplete.
Boy, and coming at him on a blitz that time for the Mount Si Wildcats was Daniel Harrison, shot out of a gun. The tackle for the guard on that side, Andy Jimenez, tried to do what he could as he was flailing to the ground, got an arm out to try to defend and help out his quarterback, but Sermon just had to get rid of that football.
2nd down and 10. Ball still stays at Mount Si's 13-yard line. Blauman in the backfield. Gets the pitch left side, has a head of steam, cuts it back upfield, takes the hit at about the 6-yard line, and that's where he'll go down after a gain of about 8 yards.
Jake Smith on the tackle for Mount Si. Out there in front trying to play a block was Jonathan Amezcua, but at 145 pounds, he went up against the 162-pound Shane Dowling. Dowling won that one.
It's the thought that counts, right?
Yeah.
3rd down and 3 now. Panthers can get a 1st down without scoring a touchdown here. Ball's at the 6-yard line. Can get a 1st down at the 3-yard line. With 4:10 clock moving here in 1st quarter.
3 carries for 13 yards for Nate Blauman so far in the ball game.
There's Jelsing split out right side. He's going to be the favorite target. It looks like this year. Shakes a tackle and walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. 6-yard throw. Sermon to J.J. Jelsing, and Panthers are on the scoreboard.
Well, Sermon's only 50% in the game, but if you complete 1/2 of that to a touchdown, that's pretty good numbers on the night.
Absolutely.
New kicker for the Panthers this year, Cesar Gonzalez, out of the hold of Ty Waterman. Riley Coons is the long snapper.
Trying to tie this one up. Snap is down, kick is up, plenty of distance. It's through and it's good. 3:58 left to go here, first quarter. We're tied up. It's Mount Si 7 and Wenatchee 7. We're back to Liebofto Field in 60 seconds.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
We'll keep it right here on the NCW Life channel as we're tied up at 14. Our broadcast brought to you by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort trained specialist specializing in commercial and residential HVAC systems, online at dicksheatingandwenatchee.com. Also by Global Car Care, quality auto repair facility with highly trained technicians celebrating 25 years in the car care business. They speak your car's language at 1840 North Wenatchee Avenue. And by Confluence Health, dedicated to improve their patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities throughout North Central Washington.
Pretty easy drive there for the Panthers. It started at their own 13-yard line. 3 plays, took 1:06 off the clock. 5-yard pass from Sermon to Jelsing. Kick is good, and we're tied up 7-7 now with 3:58 left in the first quarter. We got a good one on our hands here. I got a feeling.
I think so. I think so. That turnover was huge.
It really was.
For Wenatchee in this football game, and for just to get a little wind in the sails and get 7 on the board and tie this game up when they were shut out 52-0 a year ago, that helps to wash that away from your memory.
It really does. No doubt about it. As Cesar Gonzalez gets set to kick off for the Panthers. Back deep, a very dangerous, as we're finding out tonight, Colby Botten back there, the wide receiver, and he's joined by number 21, Aiden Dougherty, 6'1", 172-pound sophomore.
Appreciate you joining us here tonight on the NCW Life Channel. Game 1 of 11 of our season here tonight. We're sweating now. We'll finish November 7th and freezing our tokas off.
Yeah, we will, too. And here's the kick with this 7-7 tie. It's high and it's short. And it'll be taken by Dougherty at this 12-yard line. It goes up the middle of the field, has some room there. Luckily for the Panthers, falls down at the 30. And that's where Mount Si will take over their second drive of the night. They did score in their first at their own 30-yard line.
Panthers are lucky that was only an 18-yard return. He had a lot of green space, but for the second time tonight, we've seen those turf bunnies come up and make a tackle.
We have seen that a couple of times tonight. Maybe it's early on for the turf, too.
Yeah.
Right.
Credit the bunny.
Right. All right, first down at 10, Mount Si. And Millen, Clay Millen, back out onto the field.
He's 5 of 6 for 43 yards and a touchdown, by the way.
Now it's on one drive.
Yeah.
Trips right this side, time for Millen. That's the right side of the line, one to the left. Ball middle of the field. It's first down at 10 for the Wildcats. Millen gets his snap, looks down the center of the field, goes down the center of the field and has a receiver there, and that was dangerous for the Panthers on that one. Zachary Soliday wide open on the slant down the middle.
Camden Lloydhammer in there, Grant, on the defensive front for Wenatchee. Getting in there, you got the 2 Lloydhammers out there changing places. But Camden on a little peel route was able to get in and get a little pressure on the quarterback. Should have been a hold on that call, on that play, because he was tackled in the backfield.
What another beautiful throw by Millen, wasn't it? Second down at 10 now. Stops the clock at 3:47. Handoff, it's Blotton this time. He's held in the backfield, and he gets tackled back there inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. They will mark him at the 25. That'll be a loss of 5 yards.
Beautiful job sniffing that out for the Panthers by Andy Jimenez up front. He also got some help from Ty Waterman, who comes in and makes the play. Loss of 5. It'll be a big 3rd and 15 for the Panther defense.
That's the kind of stops they need tonight to stay in this one. A nice play by Jimenez as he comes out now. And in for Jimenez on the defensive line is Cass Sims, 6'2", 235-pound junior. 3rd down 15, approaching 3 minutes left to go first quarter. Millen in shotgun again. Back to pass, looking right side this time under pressure. Are they going to get to him? And they do! Inside the 25, and he'll be marked down at the 24-yard line.
Well, we mentioned his brother a lot last year. It's Camden Lloydhammer, the 6'3", 210-pound sophomore, comes through after Jelsing pressured him outside. Camden Lloydhammer wraps his big arms around him and says, "Hello, Mr. Man, I got you down for a loss."
And I like the kind of the adjustment the Panthers made on this drive. More pressure on Millen than they applied that first drive, and it affected Millen on this one. Back to punt is Colby Ramsey from outside to receive the kick for the Panthers. Amezcua almost blocked. And it's taken at the 37-yard line. A bit of speed up the middle. Almost fumbled. And it looks like Mount Si is going to pick it up. It was fumbled by Sebastian Esquivel, I should say. And a turnover the other way, and Mount Si now celebrates.
Caleb Dalglish right there, right time here for Mount Si, and the tables turn. Just when Wenatchee gets a 3 and out, it appeared, and a good return by the Panthers' Sebastian Esquivel, kind of hearkening back to his older brother, taking that ball quickly up the field, but bam, he's hit hard, drops the ball. It's Mount Si ball once again.
Boy, it looked just like his brother, didn't he? The way he kind of took off up that field. That would have been great field position for the Panthers, and it turns over the other way. And now it's great field position for Mount Si. The 2:16 left to go first quarter. Boy, with authority, Mount Si's offense sprints outside.
We're going to get a timeout, I think, by Mount Si. They weren't quite ready to call the offensive play there. So hopefully back home we can take a little timeout as well.
Let's take one. 30-second timeout, 7-7 tie. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales,
where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience.
With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine-in style at Highlander Bar and Grill in East Wenatchee. Open 7 days a week, Highlander Grill offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine in or take it to go, our friendly staff is here to serve you. Reservations recommended for Friday night's prime rib dinner. Call for live music dates. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
Two minutes, 16 seconds left to go first quarter. First down at 10. Mount Si inside the 50-yard line at the Panther 49. This time, for the first time tonight, Clay Millen under center and not in shotgun. Fake handoff, play action pass down the middle. Best play in football over the middle. Blotton, and it's knocked out of his hands. Great defensive play by Esquivel. That was a sure 6 points.
It looked like it, Grant, and that was quite a beautiful pass downfield. 40 yards in the air. Esquivel, though, able to apply the coverage, get back into this play, and he makes up for the fumble on the previous play on the punt return, knocks that ball away for what looked like a sure 6.
And that was all recovery speed that did that for Esquivel there. As Botten, what a player he is. Over the middle, and what a throw, as Eric mentioned, by Millen.
3 incompletions in a row now after quite a start for Millen in this game.
Back to shotgun now after that play action pass. Going to be a quick hitter out in the near side, but the 50-yard line. Good gainer across the 40. That'll be enough for a first down at the Panther 38-yard line.
Yeah, 11 yards.
Nice catch by Kevin Quarter, the 6'1", 180-pound junior.
Yeah, I don't know why they went away from that, Grant, when it worked so well on their first possession of the ball game. Just those little quick pitches out to the outside. The defense playing off on that side, and they're going to give you 5, and you can probably break a tackle and get more.
And when you have a quarterback that can throw so well.
And it's open again.
Right. Here's Millen. He's going to roll a little bit right side this time. Wide open over there. Another first down and a gain of 11 again. In fact, it's going to be more than that, about 13 this time, down to the 25-yard line.
And making the catch that time around, it was Braden Holt for his first catch of the ball game for the Mount Si Wildcats, and quickly getting into pace here, Grant.
They really are. First down and 10, no huddle. Pass out in the flat, nothing doing. Nice defensive play on Lorenzo Beverly by the Panthers, number 81. And that is, I'm sorry about that. Camden Lloydhammer, yeah, 6'3", 210-pounder.
How about the sophomore coming up and making one
like
play
that.
after another here, saying, hey, older brother, whatever you can do, I can do better. That was the case here for the younger Lloydhammer.
Loss of 7. That'll bring up second down and 17 now for Mount Si as we are running down the first quarter here. Minute 12 left to go. Millen shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right side, low snap, he snags it off the turf. Pass complete, and the receiver falls down at the 21-yard line. That catch, Zachary Soliday. As we are under a minute now to go. That's a nice gain of about 11. All the way down to the Panther 26-yard line. 43 seconds, clock moving left here first quarter. Tie ball game 7-7. Millen in no hurry right now, directing traffic, trips right side of the line as he moves his running back Beverly now to the right side. Also split left is Zachary Soliday. Millen's going to roll to the right, no pressure whatsoever, and it's complete. Nice move out there as well, and that was a very nice move. Braden Holt has been pretty nice on this drive for Mount Si, and that's a big gain again inside the Panther 10 down to the 7-yard line.
Wow, they're just getting it in chunks right now as those receivers are setting up against that zone defense, coming up with one chunk of ground after another, gain of 12 on that one.
And Eric, the gains this drive, 11, 13, 11, and now 12. You're right, just big chunks of yardage. 19 seconds left, timeout called, and we'll take a quick one as well. Or should we just keep it here?
We'll try.
Should we just keep it here?
Well, we could keep it here.
Let's keep it here.
I'll remind you that our coverage tonight on the NCW Life Channel, and welcome aboard Les Schwab Tire Center. Go online to leschwab.com to find a tire store near you. Be sure to check out their full tire sale going on now. Also by BioSports Physical Therapy. Find them online at biosports.net. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And Impact Auto Sales. They strive to impact your life, not your wallet. You can expect a hassle-free car buying experience at Impact Auto Sales in Wenatchee.
19 seconds left to go here, first quarter. And it's been an interesting first quarter. Mount Si's their third possession. The Panthers have also had it 3 times, but that both the third possessions for these teams because of turnovers by the other. And we'll see if Mount Si can kind of make Wenatchee pay after Wenatchee scored on a Mount Si turnover.
Millen so far in the ball game, by the way, Grant, 10 of 13 for 84 yards and a touchdown in this one. Pretty good start, I would say.
Yeah, it's first quarter. He's on a 320-yard pace here if he keeps this up. The field team's back out on the field for this first down and goal to go at the Panthers' 7-yard line. Millen looks to the sideline, maybe
wants to change the play.
That's
here.
What I was thinking. Didn't like what he saw out there.
Maybe a pitch and catch to the end zone to the left side.
He's looking left. He wants to go over the middle and stop there. And now he's going to scramble right side, keeps it. Does he get into the end zone? Boy, the ball, I do too. The ball looked like it went inside that cone.
Oh, I thought he reached the ball inside the cone.
Like it. And we have a great view of it from right here, but they're going to mark him down at what, the 1-foot line, or if even that.
So a gain of 6 officially.
That'll bring second down and goal now for the Wildcats. Not even a half foot, is it out there, Eric?
It's funny, last time we were here, Grant, it was the Panthers and Wildcats as well. Of course, a little bit different back in November. You were in Hawaii at the time.
I was.
You dog. It feels like it's Hawaii right here.
It does. Did they get in there? think it was just
so.
a sneak, wasn't it, by Millen? And they do call it a touchdown. So touchdown for the Wildcats with 3 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. Kind of a gimme. You know, it's one of those little putts in golf you have on the green. You get a gimme.
Inside the leather, Grant.
Yeah, inside the leather. You got it.
You got to make them earn it, though, if you're the Panthers there. And, boy, Mount Si certainly looking impressive and picking up right where they left off in 2018.
Colby Ramsey on for the point after try. Snap good, hold down, kick up. It's good as well. And with 3.6 seconds left to go first quarter, it's Mount Si 14 and Wenatchee 7. We're back with more football on the NCW Life Channel in 60 seconds. Stay with us.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. All with a service you deserve, but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Colby Ramsey on to kick off for Mount Si after making it 14-7 here to the first quarter. This should wrap up the first quarter. J.J. Delsing takes it about the 1 yard line. Gets a nice block by Coons over this right side. Takes a big hit, stays in bounds. Boy, got punished on that one and goes down at the 16-yard line. That will end our first quarter. So after one, it's been a good one, folks. Hope you've enjoyed it too. So far, Mount Si 14 and Wenatchee 7. Second quarter action coming your way on the NCW Life Channel in 60 seconds.
At Town Toyota, we believe in our community, and we're proud to support this broadcast of local sports. Town Toyota defines reliability and value in both its products and in the dealership itself. We are home to legendary products like the RAV4, Highlander, and Camry, not to mention Tundras and Tacoma trucks. Of course, we offer service for everything we sell, and a great selection of pre-owned and certified vehicles as well. So enjoy the game and visit Town Toyota for all your automotive needs.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
All right, welcome back to the Apple Bowl as we begin second quarter play. Our score, Mount Si 14 and Wenatchee 7. The Panthers have it first down at their own 21-yard line. Here's Nathan Blauman, left side. Flags come down. Blauman tackled behind the line of scrimmage. And we'll have to see what this flag is. Boy, Blauman nowhere to run there.
Yeah, I think that, one thing that we're going to have to, as far as the Panthers are concerned, that they've got speed. Offense, defense, Mount Si has speed, and you can't stretch the field. You can't allow them to stretch the field because you're never going to win that game. You got to go right at them inside the tackles.
You're exactly right. By the way, that last drive for Mount Si, 8 plays, 49 yards, took off 2 minutes, 13 seconds. The extra point good, and that makes it 14-7.
They decline the penalty, and it's a good choice there because a loss of a yard by Blauman on his 4th carry from scrimmage, now with 12 yards on the night so far.
I think they need to get him involved, absolutely. All right, here come the Panthers now. 2nd down and 10, as Eric mentioned. Ball just outside the 20, in between the 20 and 21-yard line. Obadiah Young split to the left side of Sermon. Right side is J.J. Jelsing. A quick start by Esquivel. Downfield, and he is wide open and just overthrown by Sermon. Boy, he got behind those defensive backs by the Wildcats, and that is 6 written all over it.
Sebastian Esquivel showing the speed once again, got behind everybody. Closest was Colby Botten. He's got some wheels himself, but just a little bit overthrown, brings up 3rd down.
Boy, and the 2 defensive backs for Mount Si looked at each other like, whoa, we just dodged a bullet there. 3rd down, 10 now for the Panthers. Needed a drive here after Mount Si answered the Panther touchdown. See if they can convert this big 3rd down. Blauman in the backfield. Once again, same formation, play action. This time, Sermon flushed out to the right side. Dangerous pass over the middle, and that could have been picked off. Instead goes incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I think a little confusion on the pattern there. Esquivel was right there, and then 2 yards behind him was Riley Coons. Somebody in the wrong place. That ball is, fortunately for Wenatchee, going to the turf.
And also, unfortunately for the Panthers, this is going to give Mount Si some excellent field position. Botten back to receive the punt. We've already found out he's pretty dangerous. So we'll see if Sermon can get a good one off here. 4th down and 10, the ball at the Panther 20-yard line. Quick kick, very short kick. Flag is down immediately. It's taken by Botten at the 48-yard line. Trouble for the Panthers here as he makes some moves down the middle of the field. Cuts it back left side, gets a block. He's still going 20, 15, and finally run out of bounds at the Wenatchee 12-yard line. But a flag was thrown, and then, yeah, still laying there at the 44-yard line. Not sure what that flag would have been all the way back there, about where Botten was standing to receive that punt.
41-yard punt return down to the 10-yard line, but hold on, let's see what the penalty is. Illegal substitution by the kick return team.
Oh, wow, what a break for the Panthers.
Oh, no kidding.
This is huge. Well, it's such a weird spot to throw the flag that's back there all the way where Botten was standing. So what do we do? Do it all over again then, I guess.
Yeah,
huh?
oh yeah, you take that penalty if you're the Panthers
right.
and give yourself a little more room to kick this ball away.
Punt flag was thrown immediately too, as soon as that punt was kicked.
Yep.
Big break
So
for
you
the
got
Panthers there.
one of two things in that particular play. Now, is this a 15-yard penalty? It is. 15-yard penalty.
An automatic
That's a
first down.
That is a first down. Not an automatic first down, but just by the march off, it's a first down. So a huge penalty against Mount Si. Their 3rd penalty of the ball game for 35 yards.
Boy, that is very strange play, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now the Panthers get it back again with 10:37 left to go here in the first half, with much better field position, this time at their own 36-yard line. So can the Panthers, on a do-over, do something with it here on this possession?
Well, they got that punt turnover on a quick punt, and we're able to score off of that. Another punt situation. They get the ball back. Who knows?
Jelsing split out far side. Obadiah Young left side. Instead, it's handed off and not fooled at all. Number 51, I believe, Carson Clay in on that stop.
He just shot right through the line of scrimmage, right where the guard had pulled to get out in front of that reverse there. And boy, Jonathan Amezcua had no chance at all. He's lucky to hold on to that football with a man wrapped around his ankles.
And that's a loss of 6 on that play for the Panthers. It'll bring up 2nd down now and 16. Ball back at their own 29-yard line. Not what you want to start off a drive, that's for sure.
Jeez. You know, I know that Scott Devereaux was really happy about the fact that the progress of his offense and how much of the playbook he was able to put in here. But at halftime, he's got to go back and kind of go, okay, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. That could have worked. But again, close only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and something else.
And I'll tell you what, Eric, he had Riley Coons open from the time he left the line of scrimmage all the way down the middle of the field. Instead, went to Amezcua, and it just overthrew him. But Riley Coons was wide open there.
Incomplete on his last 3 passes now for Sermon. Is 3 of 9 for 25 yards of the ball game.
He's struggling so far this half. He really
certainly is. So a 3rd and long situation coming up for the Panthers, and something a little different this year, Grant. Wenatchee's got to break the huddle and get it going quickly here. They don't have a play clock. It is a game clock. So they started at 40 when they spot the ball down. That's it. It's going to run from there.
Right. There's Coons now on a crossing pattern over the middle, lowers that big head and body, and he gets out to the 40-yard line. Gain of about 11 yards for Coons. One of the nicest gains, in fact, the 2nd longest gain from scrimmage so far tonight by the Panthers, but still not enough. Brings up 4th down and 7, and the kicking unit comes out for Wenatchee.
Well, we talked about that all last year, getting Riley Coons involved in the offense, and they do here, but a little too late on that particular possession.
All right, so Sermon, the quarterback, also the punter. And he will kick off to the dangerous Colby Botten, standing back at the Mount Si 30-yard line. Sermon the snap. Kick is away, a little bit longer kick this time. Gets a nice Panther roll, too. Botten bobbles it a little bit, and that slowed him up. And then the Panthers run him out of bounds at the Mount Si 34-yard line. 8:56 left to go, 2nd quarter. Outside 14, Wenatchee 7, 30 seconds, and we're back. Stay with us.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frappuccino.
Definitely espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha Frappitas.
A peach Red Bull.
First down and 10 from Mount Si. Millen in shotgun, stands at about his 30-yard line. Handoff this time, and not a pass, a rare run, and it's by Caleb Dalglish, a 6', 195-pound junior, and it was successful all the way past the 45-yard line, out to the 47.
Actually, that was Guy Bruchiri, number 29 on the carry.
29, you got it. Sorry about that.
I mentioned that with the injury to their main back, they would probably be rotating guys, and pretty good carry for your first of the ball game.
Millen low snap this time. Good rush by the Panthers. Millen going downfield, wide open receiver at the 20, all the way down to the 18-yard line. Big gain and a catch by Zachary Soliday, the 6' junior.
36 yards on that pass play, Grant.
That's 52 yards and 2 plays for Mount Si on this possession. And that's how you get things going now, all the way down to the Panther 18-yard line. First down and 10 Wildcats. Play action this time. Millen's going to keep it left side. Gets a nice block over there. Allows him to get a couple of extra yards, but not a big gain of about 3. Down to the Wenatchee 16.
Well, you could see just by his body language that Millen is getting more and more confidence with every snap of the football. That over on the Mount Si sidelines. I mean, he's just high-stepping it out of bounds over there. He is in total control of this offense.
Panthers, on the other hand, hands on hips on defense. Feeling a little tired out there. Second down and 8. The ball at the Panthers' 16-yard line. Millen shotgun again. Surveys the middle of the field. Goes right side instead and just overthrows the receiver on that side. And that's Brayton Holt. Just over the outstretched arms of the 6'2 Holt. That'll bring up third down.
11 of 15 for 120 yards so far for Millen in this ball game. And the one thing, too, Grant, is that he has a ton of time back there to purvey the field and throw the football. He's back deep in the pocket. When he gets that snap, probably 7-8 yards back. And there's nobody near him when he gets rid of that football after he checks his first and then second progression.
He's such a talented quarterback, it's hard to bring pressure. We'll see if the Panthers do here. They do blitz on this one, though. Millen just runs away from it, still has the football, cuts it inside the 10. The ball's ripped out of his hands, and the Panthers have it, and they do. Boy, you can see it just get ripped right out of his arms. A little bit too lackadaisical that time for Millen.
Ty Waterman reached in as he was making the tackle, and a heads-up play for Waterman ripped that ball away and recovered it himself. The Panthers get a big break because it looked like the Wildcats were going to put another 6 on the board.
Maybe Ty Waterman needs to be in there a little bit more. He's made a couple of plays now, and that huge for the Panthers. Gives Wenatchee back the football, stops Mount Si from possibly going in for another score.
And that was his longest carry of the game, but fumble on the end of it. Second turnover by Mount Si here in the ball game, so we'll see if the Panthers can answer.
Panthers have it with 8:10 left to go here in the second quarter, down by a touchdown. Sermon shotgun standing in his own 5-yard line. Blauman next to him on the left side. The handoff goes to Blauman. Just can't get going. Might have got back to the original line of scrimmage. Or to the line of scrimmage, I should say, and that's it. Gain of nothing on that carry. Good job by the defensive line by Mount Si. They're pretty much handling things on the line.
5 carries, 12 yards so far for Nate Blauman in this ball game.
That's an un-Blauman-like ball game so far. Clock continues to move. Now it's 7:40 left before halftime.
Nate showed us last year that he does have some speed, but his big play is inside the tackles. That's where he can get himself a little shifty in there, get through to that second level, and that's where he has that burst of speed.
Absolutely. Sermon claps his hands, gets the play moving, goes downfield. It looked dangerous, and the ball is incomplete. Obadiah Young, the intended receiver, and that brings up 3rd down and 10 now for the Panthers.
Yeah, he had to unload that football sooner than he wanted to. Coming on a blitz from the outside on a defensive back position. James Sprague in there, 6'1", 196-pound junior, was just aiming right at the chest of number 9, and he had to get rid of that football.
Last 3 possessions, Eric, the Panthers have run 8 plays, counting these 2 plays this possession. 8 yards in the last 8 plays for the Panthers. Not what you want, that's for sure.
Nope. And really lucky to be behind only a touchdown right now in this first half.
3rd and 10 now, 7:22 left to go second quarter. Sermon back to pass, calmly goes right side. There's Esquivel open, makes a nice move, cuts it back middle of the field. Boy, he's got some speed and some moves, and then gets hit hard across the 15. Late flag comes down. Nice job of running there by Esquivel, picked up about 7 yards.
Hold on the offense on the run after the catch. So we'll see what Mount Si decides to do here. They want to keep time on the clock and just get a punt here on 4th down. Looks like they are going to decline the penalty.
I would too, because Sermon hasn't exactly been booming him downfield either.
So that will give him the gain of 6 yards. 5 of 12 in the ball game for Camden Sermon for 42 yards on the night.
And this will be the 4th punt of the night for the Panthers. 7:07, clock moving still. This should give Mount Si some great field position once again. And Colby Botten back to receive the kick. That's dangerous as well. He's only standing, in fact, inside the Wenatchee 45-yard line. So here's Sermon back to kick off the side of his foot. And this is awful. Goes out of bounds right at the 30-yard line.
14-yard punt.
Wow, that's where Mount Si will take over. Not what you wanted at all. Great field position at the Wenatchee 30 with 6 minutes, 42 seconds left to go here in this second quarter. We'll take a 30-second timeout and come on back. Stay with us.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales,
where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience.
With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
Highlander Grill and Golf Course is known as one of the finest wedding venues in the Wenatchee area. You do not have to be a member to come to Highlander. Highlander Golf Course offers a first-class backdrop for your wedding day. Our friendly professional staff will ensure your wedding and reception is picture perfect, from every moment leading up to the I do's to when the lights go down at the end of your reception. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
Second down and 10 as we return now. Mount Si with the football. Beverly on the carry and no gain on first down. And we've got another penalty now. This time it's on Mount Si, which will take the Wildcats back even further. Like some movement up there. One of the only real positives for the Knights, aside from getting a couple of turnovers for Wenatchee, is the 4 penalties and 40 yards against Mount Si here on the evening. They've been kind of shooting themselves in the foot for sure. That brings up second down and 15 now for the Wildcats. Ball back at the Panther 35-yard line. Millen in shotgun with Beverly alongside him. Surveys the field, is under pressure. Lloydhammer gets it away, and Lloydhammer finally gets him to the ground. It goes incomplete. And a nice play by the Panthers' Lloydhammer. Boy, he had him completely wrapped up by one leg. Now, if that's the NFL on Sunday, that's a sack. Why isn't it here? Yeah, well, you can't compare Friday to Sunday. No, you can't. You can't. Third down, 15, more importantly for the Panthers. Need to stop here.
Incomplete on his last 2 passes.
I like the pressure by the Panthers. Keep doing it. We've got movement again, and that gets that little rolling. Whatever the Panthers are doing on that defensive line is kind of flustering the offensive linemen of the Wildcats, and then we have another penalty.
It's old Dallas shift, basically, except it's on the defensive front, kind of what the Cougars do defensively, right, as they make that shift right before the snap. And you got to be disciplined out there if you're on the offensive line. And a little consternation by the coaching staff and Charlie Canoon as he brings Tom Parker out of the lineup because of that last penalty. And his
another movement, number 71.
Anthony Gilden also guilty of moving on the right tackle. And the Panther fan base loving it right now.
3rd and 25 now facing Mount Si as the ball was originally on the 30-yard line, now all the way back to the Panther 45. And that's what they need. The Panthers needed that. 5:53 left. As you mentioned, Eric, the student body getting into it now.
Well, there's got to be something said about home field advantage.
Absolutely.
And this overhang here on the Pioneer side of the field just creates this giant flugelhorn of a sound coming from the sideline.
Here's Millen downfield. Great coverage by the Panthers that time. It goes incomplete. And that will force, for only the 2nd time tonight, Mount Si to punt. What a great stop by the Panthers. Penalties help, but that was a good stop.
And the Panthers so far on special teams have had some special opportunities now. They fumbled one away last time around on that first punt by Mount Si. And let's see who's back this time. It will not be Esquivel for the Panthers. Instead, back to receive Eric Zahn, the 5'6", 145-pound junior.
Ramsey to kick. Colby Ramsey for Mount Si. A little bit of a high snap. Good rush by the Panthers and a nice kick, too. Ball's taken on the bounce. Can he get around the corner? Eric Zahn, he does, and then gets hammered. Almost looks late, and it was. Flag comes flying in. That was no doubt a late hit over in the far sideline at the 22-yard line.
Andrew Edson, the 6'3", 210-pound junior, late with that hit. He gets the flag, and that'll give Wenatchee another 15 yards. Thank you, Mount Si.
Nice job by Zahn, though, getting outside, all 5'6", 145 pounds of him.
Yeah, at first it was like, oh, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, wait, look at the speed. While the officials figure this one out, we know what it is. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Call the Pro Shop and schedule your time on their full swing S4 widescreen golf simulators. Give a call, 884-4653. Plan your next tournament or event today. Also by Town Toyota, your automotive home to quality and reliability in North Central Washington.
All right, looks like the officials, this is going to be on the Panthers.
Oh, my. Well, so much for what we assumed it would be.
Well, that's...
And that's 50,
interesting.
That's half the distance down to the 10-yard line. Ouch, that really hurts.
Well, it was definitely a late hit over there as well, but...
You know, what we didn't see over there holding is the call. Of course, the coaching staff right in the ear of the official along that sideline for Mount Si.
Handoff Blauman from Sermon. Blauman dipsy-doos his way for about 2 yards over the right side.
Boy, the sledding has been difficult tonight for Nate Blauman. 6 carries, 14 yards.
Doesn't seem as certain about what he's going to do tonight yet either, does he?
Well,
he's kind of...
Part of that is the fact he's got white helmets everywhere he wants to choose to try to run the football.
Give him 3 on that carry. Bring up second down and 7 now for the Panthers.
I think Wenatchee still has all 3 of their timeouts if they choose to use them.
Right. Clock moving, just over 5 minutes left to go before halftime. Here's a handoff. Esquivel from the right side gets hit hard over the middle, but gains, about 5 all the way up to almost to the 20-yard line.
Well, he's still in negative territory, minus 2 yards for Esquivel, and he's got to learn to carry that ball a little bit more cautiously and a little bit tighter to the chest. I know he's got so much speed, but he's also got a guy out there in Tanner Daniels that wants to plant his helmet on that ball and
he did
jar it
right
loose.
there, too. 3rd and 1 for the Panthers. All at their own 19-yard line with 4.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Sermon looks to the sideline for the play. Blauman in the backfield with him. 2 receivers out right side. Esquivel, one of them. It looks like Young, the other. Sign they're going to go to Blauman up the middle. Blauman skirts through and look out! 30-yard line, all the way up to the 40. Switches arms, 50, stiff arm, and then goes out of bounds at the 39-yard line of outside.
41-yard run for Nate Blauman. We've been talking about the fact that I love to see him run inside. Guess what? They run him inside. He gets to that second level, turns on another bolt of speed, and 41 yards later, he's got the ball in Mount Si territory.
And that was some kind of block, Eric, by number 72, Sim Cass for the Panthers. The 6'2", 235-pound junior really sprung Blauman on that, right around that left side.
Well, and sometimes you get that where it's a short, third and short situation. The defense kind of cheats up. That second level cheats up. And then if you get a little squirt, you can get big yardage.
Absolutely. Here's Sermon now. Is he going to give it to Blauman? He does. It looked like they both kept it there over the 35, inside the 35, I should say, down to the 33-yard line.
You know, he's got to be careful. They almost went across the line of scrimmage.
I was wondering about
with
that.
Him still handing that ball in front of him. That would be an illegal forward lateral.
It would.
If he did not, if the officials in their determination, he had not given up the football.
I've seen that play, but I've never seen the quarterback hold on to it that long.
So do we give that to Blauman or do we give that to Sermon?
I would say so. Second down and 4 now for the Panthers. 3:32 left in the second quarter. Ball at the outside 33-yard line. Sermon shotgun, fake handoff to Blauman. He's under pressure now, and then he shovels it forward to Blauman. It was probably a smart play because the loss would have been a lot greater if he'd have kept that football. Still a loss for the Panthers any way you look at it, of about 2.
Boy, Sermon was not happy with what happened up front there as Mount Si got a lot of leakage through the offensive line. They were trying to set up a little screen pass, I think the opposite way. Sermon had no place to go with that football as he had a man right in his face, chases out to a huddle pass.
Better loss would have been, don't you? All right, here we go. 3rd down and 6 now after that loss of 2. Ball right back at the 35-yard line of the Wildcats. Sermon, the snap out of shotgun, goes over the middle, had a receiver, and in and out of the hands. Boy, nice pass that time that Tyler Dillard just couldn't hold on to it. That ball did have some zip on it, but that's a ball also that needs to be caught. Brings up 4th down and 6.
When you're trying to work new guys into the offense, like Dillard there, for example, you got to give them a chance, though. And firing that ball 106 miles an hour is not really giving your receiver a lot of chance. I think there's been quite a few times here in this first half where Camden Sermon, I know he did a lot of work in the offseason. I know he's worked on his footwork. I know he's worked on his throwing arm as far as his velocity and his power. But he's got to be able to dial it in just a little bit to give his receivers a chance.
At times, he still looks a little flat, doesn't he? He just not quite in it yet. I mean, he's had his moments so far, but it is early. It's the first game of the season. I guess you kind of got to expect that.
We got to also recognize the fact that Camden Sermon's not the biggest guy in the world. He's maybe 6 feet. I think they're stretching a little bit to say he's 6 feet. 185 pounds. He is a junior. This is only his 2nd year starting at quarterback for Wenatchee. It's one thing when you play against your own team and play out in practice. When you play against somebody in a scrimmage or something like that, you get out here and you get the team that made it to the quarterfinals of the state tournament last year. They got some tall fellas up front. You got a lot of white helmets that you're trying to look over the top of, trying to dictate where the ball's going to go. I mean, it's a tough job for this junior to try to lead this Panther team against a very good defense.
And a team that's probably seen just about everything, too, Eric. Yeah. And Sermon has to realize that, too. The things that work in practice against his team might not work against a seasoned veteran team like this.
But knowing Sermon, as I do a little bit after, getting a chance to talk to him several times last year, he's a leader through and through. He cannot get his dauber down, nor will he.
4th and 6 now, big down for the Panthers. Sermon left side has Delstein. Did he come up with it in the end zone? Touchdown, Panthers. How about that? 35 yards.
Just as we talked about, Grant, Camden Sermon will not get his dauber down. 4th down and long for the Panthers. Dial one up down the field to a guy he's worked with so much in this offseason. They have thrown that ball probably 192,000 times here on this turf with nobody watching. They do it here and have a chance to tie it.
What a throw. Gonzalez whistles blow. This play will be stopped.
I would say that's almost a booth review, how they,
right.
how they blew that dead.
Right. All right, we'll give this another go. Once again, Cesar Gonzalez on to kick for the Panthers to try and tie this one up. 14-13 the score. Coons, the snapper, holds good. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 2:27 left to go before halftime. It's Wenatchee 14 and Mount Si 14. Back with more football action on the NCW Life Channel in 60 seconds. Stay with us.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. All with a service you deserve, but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. doing the right thing since 1952.
Panthers go 90 yards in 7 plays, took off 3 minutes, 13 seconds off the clock. 35-yard pass from Sermon to Jelsing. Kick is good by Gonzalez. And here we are all tied up with just under 2.5 minutes left to go before halftime. This is kind of the game I expected, Eric. It really is.
Absolutely. Hey, if you can keep right with this vaunted team for the West Side, you've had a good first half.
Botten with it. Look out for him, and he's got room down the sideline. Kind of congested. Made a nice room. Flag is down. Made a beautiful move at about the 40. Amezcua, nice tackle too. But let's see what the flag is. Back down at the 31-yard line.
Boy, and that's the one thing you don't have a lot of time to test is your special teams play at full speed when you're in practice in those 10 practices before 2 days. Doesn't matter. You just don't have the time to really practice a lot with the special teams full speed, and you see those big plays early on in the season.
Well, it's Colby Botten for only a junior. He's going to be some kind of player for this team. Already is.
So it's a hold against the return team, and the Panthers breathing a sigh of relief here. So instead of out of midfield, they'll be backed up inside their own 20-yard line. Or just outside their 20.
2 minutes and 19 seconds left to go here.
And they've got 2 timeouts, I believe, Grant.
Mount Si will have it at their own 22-yard line. First down and 10. Millen in shotgun. Panthers move a little bit on the defensive line. Millen looks to his receiver who fell down, and then Esquivel just levels Botten at the 30-yard line.
Boy, he's got to watch out helmet to helmet there. That has been such a point of emphasis, and you know, you don't want to be kicked out of a game making an aggressive play. I love the hit, but you just got to take your head out of it.
8-yard gain on that pass and catch. Brings up 2nd and 2 now from the Mount Si 30-yard line.
Who caught that ball?
Botten.
Botten, okay.
Another beautiful throw. Millen downfield. Got a receiver. Soliday all the way down to the Wenatchee 22-yard line. 48 yards on that pass play. And Mount Si back in business. Wow, what a throw by Millen. All the way down that sideline to a streaking Soliday. And a huge gain by Mount Si, and this crowd is stunned here at the Apple Bowl. We've got a timeout called by the Panthers. Minute 43 left to go before halftime. It's Wenatchee 14 and Mount Si 14. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
At Town Toyota, we believe in our community, and we're proud to support this broadcast of local sports. Town Toyota defines reliability and value in both its products and in the dealership itself. We are home to legendary products like the RAV4, Highlander, and Camry, not to mention Tundras and Tacoma trucks. Of course, we offer service for everything we sell and a great selection of pre-owned and certified vehicles as well. So enjoy the game and visit Town Toyota for all your automotive needs.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
Line. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 now for the Wildcats after that big 48-yard pitch and catch. The previous play for the Wildcats, and a beautiful throw by Millen.
Millen in the game, 13 of 20 now for 173 yards. His biggest receiver has been Soliday, 4 catches, 96 yards.
Nice first half for sure. 2nd and 10. Millen shotgun. Got Beverly back there with him. Ball deflected at the line of scrimmage, and I think that had an influence on that pass. Incomplete to Soliday that time.
One of the two Lloydhammers got a hand in there, and I think may have got a fingertip on it, and a little bit low and outside to Soliday. Boy, he looks for his favorite receiver, doesn't he?
Boy, he sure does. And if it's not him, it's Botten, who is just as dangerous on the other side. What a pair of receivers to have for a very, very good quarterback. This team is going to be awfully good in the King County Crest League this season, as they were last year, of course. Ran the table on the league. 3rd and 10 now, ball at the Panther 26-yard line. 1:35, clock stopped. Millen shotgun, Botten on the right side. He's got Soliday left side, goes over the mid, and there's Soliday right in his hands. Boy, I thought he was going to get drilled, and that kind of short arm made him short arm that catch, and that goes incomplete and brings up 4th down.
Yeah, I think the Panthers' Dawson Pike, maybe his 6'1", 170 pounds, his shoe size grew a little bit there as he slapped his feet hard to the turf as he was coming in, and I think he heard him coming and said, I'm not going to catch this one.
This will make for a field goal try here.
42-yard field goal attempt.
Colby Ramsey. Kick is on its way, and it looks like it's left. He pulled it, and it's no good. No good. And our score remains 14-14 with 1:27 left to go here before halftime. The Panthers, that's almost enough time to get down the field, Eric.
Absolutely. We'll keep it right here. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Automoca. Visit one of their 6 locations in the Valley, including the only Automoca with inside seating on 5th Street across from the college. What's your Automoca emergency? Also by Jefferson, Danielson, Son, and Aylward attorneys, delivering quality and innovative legal services to North Central Washington since 1946. Online at jdsalaw.com. And by Weinstein Beverage Company, a family-owned business proud to support local high school teams. Find them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram, WeinsteinBeverage.com.
1st and 10 Panthers, 1:27 left to go before halftime. We're all tied up 14-14. Jelsing split far side on the left. Boy, Camden Sermon was looking that way. Instead, swings it out on the backfield to Blauman up the middle of the field. Tries to find a block. Instead, finds a lot of outside players at about the 30-yard line. But not before a gain of 10 yards on that catch by Nate Blauman.
Well, Blauman's had a little more success aside from the 41-yard run here tonight there, Grant. In catching the ball out of the backfield, three catches for 24 yards.
I like him in the slot where they've got him too far side as Sermon looks down that way. There's Blauman out of the slot.
Oh, boy.
Ball just over his head. Almost got his taken off as well.
Yeah, looking for a head hunt was Shane Dowling there, 6', 162-pound senior. Saw that ball coming and stepped almost into the grill of Mr. Blauman.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 10 now for the Panthers. 2nd down, rather. 1:12 left. Tyler Dillard once again back in there. He split right side. Sermon rolls to the left, though, to Coons, and in and out of his hands just across the 35.
Boy, I don't know, Grant. Looking at the routes we've had a few times tonight, you've had a couple of Panthers within 5 yards, sometimes even 3 yards of each other. I just got to believe that we're having a little bit of an issue with the routes being run by the receivers here tonight.
And Coons was there. He was there.
And a flag down against the Panthers.
It's like holding.
Boy, and that's such a difficult foul in high school football because it's a spot foul, and that came on the hold on the flag 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so it turns out to be a 15-yard negative against the Panthers.
It brings up 2nd down and 20 as well, with 1:07 left to go before halftime. Panthers have their work cut out for them now. Here's Sermon. Back to pass, screen set up. Jelsing down the middle of the field, makes a move to the outside, spins, can't get away. Lots of white shirts there, and finally goes down at the 21-yard line. All of that for a 6-yard gain.
But it looked pretty.
Jelsing's exciting. He's an athletic kid.
He is, definitely. That is his 4th catch of the night here for the Panthers for 50 yards in receiving.
Timeout called as well by the Panthers. 53 seconds left to go.
Was it by the Panthers or by Mount Si? I wonder.
Maybe
on
it
a
was.
3rd and long coming up if they want to save
it
some time.
It might be Mount Si.
Maybe
You're
try
right.
to get the ball back. Well, it's been an entertaining first half.
It really has.
Kind of been dominated on the stats by mostly by Mount Si here tonight, but the defenses have held. We've had a few turnovers. We've had a few mistakes. Kind of what you expect on the opening night of football.
Some big plays.
Yep.
Been fun to watch. Yeah, kind of like you said, like you expect in the first game of a season. Pretty sweltering when it started here tonight, but it's cooled off somewhat. There's just not much wind out there tonight.
No, there's not. There's not. But I'm sure very comfortable for the fans tonight. On the newscast, I was filling it in for you last night. I said, no need to bring a jacket to the games when you go out to North Central Washington and watch some football on Friday night.
And you're exactly right.
I was glad I was right.
Exactly right. Way to go, Eric.
I didn't want people cussing me saying, he told me not to bring a jacket.
Welcome to my world. 3rd and 18 now for the Panthers. The ball at their own 22-yard line. Cam Sermon shotguns, claps his hands, gets the play in motion, rolls to the right, dumps it over the middle to Blauman. Had Coons out there as a block. Now Blauman comes back other side of the field. No blockers on this side, though, and then gets caught from behind at about the 34-yard line, and that will be short of a first down, well short. But once again, exciting play, if nothing else, as the Panthers gain, what, about 14 on that play?
Yeah, about 13 yards on that play, out to the 34-yard line. Timeout taken by Mount Si on a 4th down coming up.
41 seconds left. And Sermon's been a little iffy punting the ball tonight, too, so gets one off the side of his foot. Mount Si, some pretty good field position, and you never know, I guess, this late in the first half and a very talented team. You need to get it down the field here on this punt.
I think they've kind of adopted the policy, and we saw that one that went off the side of Sermon's foot. I think they're trying to kick away from the return team and keep it out of the hands of Botten. And the time when it went off the side of his foot, he went a little bit too far off the side to try to kick it away from the return.
It's kind of like a golf shot when you take your eye off the ball.
Yeah, I never do that. What are you talking about?
I do all the time.
Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Harvest Valley Pest Control. You can rest assured Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet safe material around your home or office. Call today for your free estimate. Also by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort trained specialist specializing in commercial and residential HVAC systems. Online at dicksheatingwenatchee.com. Also by Global Car Care, a quality auto repair facility with highly trained technicians celebrating 25 years in the car care business. They speak your car's language at 1840 North Wenatchee Avenue.
All right, the Panthers this time, Blauman back to punt.
Well, and they listed him as a punter coming into the ball game.
Look where Botten is. He's barely back.
Holy
wow.
cow.
Blauman booms one downfield, and a great Panther bounce at about the 35-yard line. They're going to let that thing go all the way down to the Mount Si 20. I think the Panthers may have found a new punter.
45 yards on that punt, Grant.
Wow, Blauman. Well, I think he kind of confused Mount Si. They didn't know if they think maybe he's going to run it. I don't know what he's going to do. So, anyway, Mount Si has it at their own 20. 31 seconds left to go here in the first half.
I don't think we have any clouds tonight, but that one almost brought rain.
It's crazy. Millen out there in shotgun like a normal offense. 2 receivers right side, 2 to the left.
Wenatchee a little confused defensively. They finally get Obadiah Young in the right spot.
Millen's going to put it up in the air and over the left side. Has a receiver Soliday there and goes out of bounds after a 12-yard gain.
Boy, the defense on the outside playing just a little too soft. Jonathan Amezcua out there just a little too soft on the defense. Just a pitch and catch again for 13 yards.
Boy, and that's how you peck your way down the field. There's only 26 seconds left, but boy, 12 to 15 yards a pop. You're going to get down there quickly. Clock is moving now as we get to 20 seconds, and now a whistle sounds. Not sure what this call is. The officials talk it over in the backfield of the Wildcats.
I think they're trying to make sure what the timeout situation is. 26. Oh, clock should say. What do we have?
Well,
here?
they let about 4 seconds run off.
Okay. Well, it says 26 right now. I'm trying to read hand signals from way over here. Our TV crew doing a great job of showing us the official here tonight. By the way, our head referee is Troy Holtz out of the Chelan County Officials Association. Doing a great job here tonight on opening night.
All right, they take it back to 26.5 seconds. First down at 10. Millen shotgun, looking right side, comes right side. And it's caught there at the 45 and then drug out of bounds by Esquivel at the 46-yard line.
Gain of 12.
Landon Reynolds. No, it's not Landon Reynolds. It's Braden Holt on the catch. He's had a nice first half as well. Once again, pecking their way down the field now, all the way out to their own 46.5-yard line.
Well, he's got a beautiful ball.
He is a thrower. He's a thrower.
He looks like an NFL quarterback.
Great protection again, going downfield, overthrows his receiver that time though. Botten goes out of bounds and stops the clock.
Well, we've seen that he definitely has the arm to loft it downfield here, and that's the job of the safety and the free safety is stay deeper than the deepest. Don't let anybody get past you. Sebastian Esquivel doing that on that last play.
He's got speed. That helps, too. Speed can make up for a lot of things,
Yes,
can
it
it?
can. I would never know that personally.
No,
Grant,
I've
but-
heard that, too. Second down and 10, 11.7 seconds left to go before halftime. Millen, left side, has a receiver there, Soliday. Over the 45, down to the 43, into Panther territory now, just shy of a first down by about a yard or so. The clock is going to run down, and that'll do it. And that will end our first half. So at the break, we've got a great one to kick off our football coverage here on the NCW Life Channel. It's Mount Si 14 and the Wenatchee Panthers 14. We will take a 2-minute timeout, come back, and it'll be the NCW Live halftime show for you right after this. Stay with us.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frapita mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frapita.
Definitely espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha Frapitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Grant Olson and Eric Granstrom back with you. We're at the half. Our halftime score, Mount Si 14 and the Wenatchee Panthers 14. It's been a very interesting and very entertaining first half on this. What started out as a sweltering kickoff, and now it's cooled off somewhat with the sun setting, and here we are at halftime. Both teams a little bit sluggish in that first half, but Mount Si got off to a quick start. They scored on their first possession, 6 plays, 52 yards, took off a minute 52 off the clock. It was Clay Millen to Colby Botten on a 11-yard pass, and that kick was good. That made it 7-0. Then a couple of possessions later, it was Millen on just a 1-yard keeper into the end zone. Kick there, also good. That made the score 14-7. Panthers scoring drives. It was Sermon scored twice. It was Sermon to Jelsing. That's been both scoring plays for the Panthers. 5 yards on the first one. Kick was good. And then the second play right before second possession right before halftime for the Panthers. A 35-yard pass play from Cam Sermon to J.J. Jelsing. The kick was good by Gonzalez, and that tied things up at 14 apiece. We will take another timeout, 2-minute timeout. We'll come back and talk more halftime stats as our coverage of Big 9 football. I guess it's not Big 9 football.
Well,
it's just
half
4A football. How
so
about that?
Yeah, Big 4.5.
Big 4.5 King County Crest League football. Okay, we're taking a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back. Stay with us.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning has been proudly serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 35 years. And just as Dick's has been there for you, they have also been an essential part of our community, supporting local youth sports all year long and your Wenatchee Wild.
Thanks for your support.
Thanks, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, for all your support. Thank you.
Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your local, independent, trained comfort specialist. Call 884-6444 today.
Welcome back once again to Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Hello, everybody at home that's watching here on the web stream or on Facebook. Eric Grandstrom with you. My buddy Grant had to visit the little boys' room, so we let him do that. And we're way up. I don't know, Rachel, if you could pull out a little bit and show us where we are here on this broadcast location. But we are way, way, way up on top of the Pioneer lip here on the opposite side from all of our cameras. So, and when we call the game, it has a little different perspective because we got to remember that all the cameras are on the other side of the field, and we need to keep that in mind as we flip-flop it here. Our broadcast on the NCW Life Channel brought to you by Confluence Health, dedicated to improve their patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities throughout north central Washington. Also by Les Schwab Tire Center. Go online to leschwab.com to find a tire store near you. Be sure to check out their fall tire sale going on now. Well, it's tied at 14 here at halftime. I'll see if I check my phone here. I was asking for some updates on what's happening with Eastmont. I'll bet I've got one here, and I do. And it is second quarter, and it is Eastmont 7, Wilson nothing in the second quarter of that one. We're here at halftime, tied at 14. Let's take a look at the first half stats. First of all, for the visitors, Mount Si Wildcats with only 30 yards rushing on the night. And we were talking with Grant here about whether or not the Wenatchee defense has made Mount Si one-dimensional throwing the ball. In fact, they threw the ball 26 times in that first half. Or if it's a situation of Mount Si just happens to be a one-dimensional offense. Well, we'll let you determine that one. So far in the first half, Millen is the leading ball carrier on the ground for Mount Si with 5 carries and 17 yards. He does have a touchdown from one run yard out. He also has a fumble on the night. It's also for Mount Si, Guy Buccieri with 1 carry for 12 yards, and Botten with 2 carries for 1 yard. Beverly with the 1 carry. He got nothing on that 1 carry in that first half. Meanwhile, Millen through the air. Clay was a total of 16 of 26 for 207 yards. He did have a touchdown pass, and that was good for 6 yards to Botten in the first half. Botten with 4 receptions for 24 yards. Soliday, the leader in receptions with 6 receptions for 118 yards. 2 catches for Holt for 25 yards and 2 catches for Quarter for 15 yards. Again, Clay Millen in that first half of play, unofficially of course, 16 of 26 for 207 yards. The Panthers bending but not necessarily breaking against this all-world quarterback out of Mount Si. Mount Si also penalties in that first half. That was a big difference in the ball game so far as we're tied at 14 at the half. 6 penalties, 50 yards unofficially here for Mount Si in that first half of play. Meanwhile, for the Wenatchee Panthers, oh, by the way, a total of 237 yards of offense, a little more than 60 yards more than the Wenatchee Panthers total in that first half, as Nate Blauman had 1 big gainer for 41 yards. He had 8 carries, 61 yards in the first half. Sermon, 3 carries for 7. And Mezqua with 2 carries for -2 in the first half, 66 yards on the ground for Wenatchee. Meanwhile, Camden Sermon through the air, 10 of 19 for 104 yards in the first half. His leading receiver, J.J. Jelsing, with 4 catches for 50. Blauman, 4 catches for 37. Coons, 1 for 11. And Esquivel, 1 for 6. A total of 170 yards of offense in that first half for the Wenatchee Panthers. They were penalized 3 times for 30 yards. 14 points in the first quarter for Mount Si, 7 in the first and 7 in the second for Wenatchee, and that's where we are tied at 14 as the teams come out and get ready for the second half, and we will have more here from halftime at Lee Bofto Field in the Apple Bowl. Right after this 2-minute timeout, you're watching Wenatchee football on the NCW Life Channel.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers We're following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
Grant Olson and Eric Granstrom back at Liebofto Field at the Apple Bowl on this beautiful early September night in the first game of our football season.
Grant, there's nothing like coming out to a Friday night football game and listening to the band play. We've got the Golden Apple Marching Band right below us, and it's Sweet Caroline. Fans are singing along.
It is cool.
People lined up over at the snack bar getting some concessions right now here at halftime, grabbing a hot dog or a bag of popcorn. And I mean, being out and watching these kids that have worked so hard. They started in the spring with a week before the school's out. They work out all summer long in their weight program. They go to team camp. They show up before school starts for 2 weeks. They do 2-a-days in the sun, in the heat, and they come out here, and it's all about the name on the front of the jersey, not the name on the back. And that's what I love about prep sports and high school football.
You know, it's so right. You said it perfectly. You really did. And they work hard. It's a year-round adventure now. In fact, these Wenatchee Panthers, they're in the weight room year-round. I mean, it's not just, you know, when school starts, you're in football. It's a long duration for these guys.
We talked about the off-season workout for Camden Sermon. I mean, I was out here in February, March, getting ready to do a broadcast of lacrosse here at Liebofto Field at the Apple Bowl. And here's Sermon out there. After we're done with lacrosse at 9 o'clock at night, he's got Jelsing, he's got Coons, he's throwing the ball, and they're doing that all on their own.
So what do you think the Panthers need to do here, Eric, to kind of make a difference in the second half?
I think, again, the key should be taking the air out of the football. Run Nate Blauman, go inside to Nate Blauman, get him more on the outside on those little flare passes, get Coons involved, keep it a short game. No need to stretch it down the field and try to match what Mount Si is trying to do. Just pick and peck, dink and dunk, and take what the defense will give you. And I'm telling you, Grant, with those three guys on the defensive line and those linebackers start to cheat up, you get Blauman past that second level, and look out. He already had a 41-yard run in that first half. I think if Wenatchee can take the air out of the ball and hold on to it and do a ground game attack, they got a chance to knock off Mount Si here tonight.
And if you're Panthers defense, you know they're not going to run the ball, so what do you do to stop this air attack?
Well, it's tough. You got to decide whether you're going to try to send somebody extra and then leave yourself vulnerable for a short pass over the middle. But I think they got to try to get pressure. And when they've had a few of those instances where they got pressure on Millen tonight, he showed that, well, his eyes aren't downfield anymore. Suddenly he's looking at the guys chasing him around in the backfield.
And he's so talented. If you do blitz him and somebody is left open, he's probably going to find that receiver. That's the thing.
Not only will he find him, but he might find him for an 80-yard touchdown play, too.
How about this Botten and Millen Juniors? They're both going to be back for Mount Si next year. What
it's
a team.
It's just a case of reloading. By the way, we're tied at 14 here at halftime, and we're just getting an update here on the Eastmont game as they take on Wilson tonight. And it is Eastmont leading it at half over Wilson, 14-0.
Oh, good for Eastmont. Fantastic.
And
the reigning Big Nine champions.
Hello to everybody who's watching us on Facebook. We've got this technology, this giznology, Grant. We've got a Facebook stream going on right now. We've got our stream on our website, which is what we always do on the NCW Live channel. We're on Local Tel Channel 12, Charter Channel 19. If you're not watching us, then
it's your fault.
Where are you?
We will take one more timeout. Let's take a 2-minute timeout, and we will come back for the second half kickoff. It's Mount Si and Wenatchee tied at 14, and we'll be back in 2 minutes. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales,
where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience.
With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine-in style at Highlander Bar and Grill in East Wenatchee. Open 7 days a week, Highlander Grill offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine in or take it to go, our friendly staff is here to serve you. Reservations recommended for Friday night's prime rib dinner. Call for live music dates. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
All right, we're back and just about set for the kickoff here, the second half. Wenatchee will be kicking it off to Mount Si. Mount Si won the coin flip to begin the ball game and decided to defer, and we'll kick the ball first here. Panthers didn't take advantage of that. It was 3 and out when they had the ball the first time in this ball game. We'll see if they can hold Mount Si to the same, but keep it out of the hands of the dangerous guys, and that's Botten back there deep.
Wenatchee's offense, I'd like to describe it as a youngster learning how to run a clutch. It's been kind of herky-jerky so far tonight. They've had a little bit of success, got it into fourth gear a couple of times, but we've been grinding gears down in first quite a bit as well.
That's a perfect way to put it. It really is. Here's Gonzalez to kick it off for the Panthers. A little better kick this time. He's been kicking him kind of short. It's out of bounds. And that will give Mount Si some pretty great field position. Not what you want to do to start off a half, as the Panthers will give it to him. And that brings it out, what, to the 35-yard line.
Yeah. It's the longest penalty in football, Grant. It's not an automatic that it is a penalty that brings the ball out to the 35-yard line. They actually mark that off from the kick spot and put it at the 35. So it's actually a 25-yard penalty.
Wow.
That's the longest one in the books. There you go. I'll throw my official hat in there. That's all you get tonight.
I love it.
Good night, everybody.
See you, Eric. Mount Si has it at their own 35-yard line as we begin the second half of play in this 14-14 ball game. Millen with it. Tight end in motion. Millen out of shotgun. Going to hand it off to Beverly. Wants the middle, cuts it out left side instead, and a nice gain over the 40-yard line to about the Panther 43.
Gain of 8 yards. His biggest carry of the night, only his second time touching the ball out of the backfield.
5'9", 172-pound junior, and a lot of juniors on this team. This is going to be a team to be reckoned with next season as well.
Definitely youth movement from Western Washington.
Millen. Clay Millen, son of former Husky quarterback Hugh Millen. There's Beverly again. I see the
game plan here.
Game plan for Mount Si. Run the football when they expect us to pass, and there's another gain of 7 and a first down, 15 yards in 2 plays. That's a good way to start the half.
Well, they've got that big old world on the left side over there. Gale Camp, 6'3", 256. His guard next to him is 227 pounds, and Cooper McQuay at center doing a good job blocking the right defensive front for Wenatchee.
Ball at the 50-yard line, first down and 10, Wildcats. Botten split out by himself right side. Esquivel on him. His man-to-man coverage over here. Instead, it's a handoff, and that's the plan here in this second half for Mount Si. That carry, number 29, Guy Buchanan.
Buccieri.
Oh, Buccieri. I can't read. Okay. I have my glasses on even.
It's all right. Gain of 7 yards for Buccieri. That's 2 carries, 19 yards for him in the game. And I think what they're doing is they're getting isolation on the linebackers here. They're tying up the offensive or the defensive line, getting a chip block and getting on that linebacker. That's what's allowing them to get good yardage on the ground here.
This is when you can play action, too. You get a little bit of a running game going. Lloydhammer just got held in the backfield as Millen gets caught from behind and taken down to cross the 40 at about the 42-yard line.
Great job of pursuit, and we haven't called his name tonight. Jax Tucker out of his linebacker position, chasing Millen down from behind, but not before he's able to get a first down.
Up 5 yards on that, but I thought Lloydhammer was held in the backfield.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a couple of times that they've missed holding calls in the backfield.
First and 10 again. Mount Si's got something going here in their first possession of this second half. Quick pass near side. Botten gets a block, but he steps out of bounds right at the 35 of Wenatchee. That's an easy gain of about 5 once again. Botten so calm and collected out there, isn't he? Only a junior. Now he might have a little bit of a cramp going on.
And that's something I was looking for. Before the ball game, we noticed that Mount Si was out here without their pads on, warming up for the game. Now, it is a lot hotter here than they're used to in Western Washington right now.
Absolutely. Beverly, the carry. Once again, Mount Si keeping it on the ground, and there's another first down. Gain of 8 again, all the way down to the Panther 26-yard line.
why go away from that?
Yeah.
If it's working, just keep on grinding.
I like the surprise kind of coming out here in the second half.
4 carries, 23 yards now for Beverly.
Back there again in the backfield. He gets the handoff again, too. Stutter steps, goes outside, gets a block from Botten on the outside. That allowed him to get about 5-6 yards more. Panther coaches want to clip there. Not going to get it. And that's another nice gain for the Mount Si Wildcats all the way down to the Panther 18-yard line.
Well, Grant, Beverly had 1 carry for 0 yards in the first half. So far in this drive, 4 carries, 31 yards.
Wow, just eating up yardage. 8-7-7, 8-8 on this drive with 9:55 left to go, third quarter. This time Millen under center. Hands it straight off, and it's fumbled, and the Panthers may have come up with a break. How about that? Picking up that fumble, number 45, Silas St. John. Have we seen the official word yet?
Yep.
What a play and what a break. A nice defensive play by St. John. How about that when Mount Si had something going there?
Well, Wenatchee stunted in the hole with one linebacker and then had St. John come through the other hole. He met the ball carrier right at the point of attack, knocked the ball loose, and covered it up himself for the turnover.
Wow. Panthers get it back with 9:46 left to go here.
Third turnover for Mount Si here in the ball game.
Panthers have it at their own 20-yard line. First down and 10. Sermon out of shotgun. 2 receivers right side, handoff. Plowman, big hole over the left side, and he gets a gain over the 25 down to the 28-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 9, make it the 29-yard line. Nice run and better off, nice blocking by the left side of that line by the Panthers. Jeez.
That's okay.
Wow.
Packers pulled off the victory
That's
last
right.
night.
That's all that matters,
in
right?
a defensive battle, and we thought maybe this would be kind of track meet-ish, but it is turning out to be kind of a defensive battle here in the last 2 quarters.
It has. Second down and 1 for the Panthers. Ball at their own 29-yard line. Jelsing split left side. Amezcua as well. Handoff instead. Blauman. No blocking whatsoever that time, and he gets taken down for a loss.
Daniel Harrison shooting through from his linebacker position on a little run stunt there, and the 6', 184-pounder dropped him for a loss on the play back to the 26, loss of 2 yards.
He's made some plays tonight, that linebacker. Nice-looking football player on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, it looks like they give him the option of what they want to do and what gap they want to shoot. If it's open, take it, and that is a lot of confidence given to underclassmen for the Mount Si Wildcats.
Absolutely. Third down and 4 now. Pitch goes this time. Blauman gets caught in the backfield, reverses his field. Is he going to be able to get away? That's a horse collar right there. Flags fly. That'll be 15 yards. Couple of flags came in.
At first, when Blauman was slowing down and reaching back to do the stiff arm, I thought, no, just keep going. But that allowed the defender to come up and grab him by the collar and bring him down. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Automatic first down. Panthers will have it first down and 10. Another big break for Wenatchee here. This will be walked off.
That is the 7th penalty of the night for 65 yards. Add that to 3 turnovers. We talked about it, Grant. How would this team travel? Yes, they made it to the quarterfinals of the State 4A tournament last year, but they stayed in Western Washington for in fact, all of it.
They did.
And now they're having to travel, come east of the mountains, long bus ride. How would they handle the pressure of the Panthers as well as the home crowd here tonight? So far, a little rattled.
And as you mentioned, a little more heat than they're used to as well. All right, first down at 10, Wenatchee in business now at their own 40-yard line. Sermon, handoff, Blauman, it's a fake handoff. Sermon's going to keep it up the middle, takes a big shot right at the 40-yard line. I mean, big shot from Jake Smith.
Flag is going to come in here, and this may be against the Panthers as Jelsing was doing a little jawing here on the near sideline with Jackson Kimball. And the flag came out, and I think this is going to be against Wenatchee.
Oh, boy.
Or it may be offsetting on both players. We'll see.
That would make sense if it was one of those situations.
Dead ball, personal foul against Wenatchee. Dead ball, personal foul against Mount Si. Offset penalties.
Right.
So it will stay second down. The play will count. I sound like an official.
You do. Did you officiate or something?
A few years.
It was a 1-yard gain after all that. Brings up second down and 9 now as Sermon comes from the sideline in a chat with Coach Scott Devereaux. Can you believe it? In his 16th season
No,
already.
I can't. I joked with him before the season. I said, well, Scott, your career can now drive.
Sermon. Handoff Blauman inside. Nice move by Blauman. Gets hit head on at the 45-yard line.
Boy, you got a great block up front from Andy Jimenez. This 5'9", 235-pound senior was just like a barn door moving through the stack there. If he could have just held on to his hip pocket and kept following it, he would have got it maybe 2-3 more yards.
Big hit by the linebacker, too. James Sprague, 6'1", 200-pound junior. I swear to God, every player on this team is a junior.
Maybe no seniors allowed.
Right. 3rd and 5 now. Ball at the Panther 45-yard line. 7 minutes left to go, third quarter. Sermon over the middle, overthrew Coons, who was there. I think 2 receivers in the same location once again. Amezcua also in the vicinity. And that'll bring up 4th down in the punting unit on the field for the Panthers.
I think Sermon is saying as he comes at the sideline and his coaching staff asks him what happened there, that he got that ball touched as he let go of it at the line of scrimmage.
So it looks like Nate Blauman's going to stay out there and punt here. He had a great punt at the end of that first half. Sermon had been doing the punting, was struggling a little bit, and Blauman's going to stay out and punt here, it looks like, in the second half.
Yeah, Botten backed up a little bit this time, isn't it?
Another booming kick by Blauman right to Botten at the 20-yard line. Let's see what he can do with it here. Makes a move at the 25. Tries to get away. Gets a block over there and has the sideline. Tries to cut back and then falls down onto his knee at the 50, but not after a 30-yard return by the exciting Colby Botten.
That was something else there on the return. Boy, he starts inside and lets his own return team set up that wall on the outside, and then he squirts outside, and boy, the Panthers are lucky that he only got 30 yards on that return. Hey, our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Biosports Physical Therapy. Find them online at biosports.net. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And Impact Auto Sales. They strive to impact your life, not your wallet. You can expect a hassle-free car buying experience at Impact Auto Sales in Wenatchee.
1st down at 10. Wildcats, 6:44 left, third quarter. Whistles.
Flag on the far side. I think this is coming against the offense. And maybe a lineup difficulty for Mount Si. Yes, it is. And again, you expect to see that a little bit. And of course, it's aggravating to coaches. They're like, we had team camp. We've had 2 weeks of practice. We've had 2-a-days.
I told you. Right.
By the way,
but they aren't 16, right? And 17 years old. Right. Yeah.
8 penalties, 70 yards from outside here tonight.
Still tied, 14-14. That's where we were at halftime. Mount Si with it at the 45-yard line. 1st down at 15. Millen, shotgun. Beverly back there with him. Pass near side. It goes through one receiver's hands and into another. Not going to be a big gain out of it. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. The receiver, Braden Holt. Holt helped up by the Wenatchee coaches on the near side, then gets tripped again.
He trips on the turf, bunny.
And then helped up again.
That was a weird-looking play. I'm not sure who Millen was trying to throw to there. I think the inside slot receiver says, oh, that's for me.
Right.
And went through his hands, and thankfully he was bailed out by the man behind him, Braden Holt.
Oh, he's got a trio of receivers, doesn't he, Millen, to throw to between Soliday and Botten and these great receivers. 3rd down now, 2nd down rather, 14 yards to go. Millen flags again.
Motion against the offense.
I think so. Yeah, they've had some penalties here.
I didn't see the motion that time.
I didn't either.
Sometimes it's a procedural call where they do the motion of its, the officials say it's illegal motion, but it could be a procedure call where the wide receiver on the near sideline doesn't cover up the end man on the line, which in turn makes a tackle eligible. If he doesn't report before that, that's the illegal motion.
Right. Millen out of shotgun, flings it out to Beverly and gets clotheslined over there. I think that's Tucker.
Oh my gosh, who coming in late was Dawson Pike to help finish it. Yeah, Tucker and Pike. Sounds like a new Nashville duo.
Wow.
Goodness
Boy,
gracious.
no gain. 3rd and 18 now for Mount Si. Ball at their own 42-yard line. A drive that began at their own 50.
Here comes the pressure.
Millen was hit early. Now Tucker gets him just across the 50 at the Panther 48-yard line, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Good pressure by the Panthers that time to force Millen to do what he didn't want to do. He ran it there. He got a few yards, but nothing damaged there. Panthers going to get the ball back. Boy, the defense has really made some adjustments.
They have. They have played well. There's a quick move in third quarter, too, down to 5:08 left to go. Ramsey will kick it off for Mount Si, and another whistle prior to the snap.
Timeout, Wenatchee. Boy, that's just tough to burn a timeout right here. But you got to make sure you got everybody right where you want them to be. Our broadcast here on the NCW Live channel of Wenatchee Panther football is brought to you in part by Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Call the Pro Shop to schedule your time on the Full Swing S4 widescreen golf simulators at 884-4653. Plan your next tournament or event today. Also by Town Toyota, your automotive home to quality and reliability in North Central Washington. A tie game at 14. You spend a timeout with how much left? 5 minutes left in the third quarter. You only got 2 left in your pocket. Oh,
that hurts.
You just hope it doesn't come back to hurt you a little bit later on.
But what a difference a year makes, though. A little different than this last year's game. 52-0 the final at Mount Si High School as the Panthers traveled over there. I like these home-and-home series. It was Rainier Beach a few years ago, home and away, and now it's Mount Si. I love that.
We will be at Eastmont next Friday night.
Looking forward to that, too.
Yours truly for Pasco and Eastmont. Wildcats, at last check, we're leading at Wilson tonight in Tacoma, 14-0 at halftime. It's tied at 14 here.
Colby Ramsey once again on to kick for Mount Si. Kicks it away from Esquivel. Takes kind of a sideways bounce and looks like it's going out of bounds. And it will be down. Is that a Panther that jumped on that?
Yes, Eric Zahn.
Whoa,
Get away
dangerous
from that football, young man.
And he is going to be met by a plethora of coaches, I believe, as he walks over to the sideline. And he is met by a coach immediately. He may even be met by Coach Devereaux, and he is. That's just something you don't do. That's dangerous.
You appreciate the aggressive
Absolutely.
attitude. The gamer and him.
He's a gamer. Yeah.
It makes you pucker up a little bit there.
4 minutes, 50 seconds left to go here, third quarter. Panthers have it at their own 16-yard line. 5 plays and a punt the last possession. We'll see if they can do a little bit better than that here. Their second possession of this second half. Still a 14-14 ball game. Things have kind of stalled out here in the third quarter. I think these teams might be a little bit winded here coming out of the halftime locker room, too.
Could be.
Sermon, shotgun. 2 receivers right of him, 1 to the left. Handoff delayed, Blauman, and we've got a whistle.
Esquivel got moving a little bit before the snap of the football. Going to be 5 yards against Wenatchee.
You know, I've seen him do that a couple of times tonight, Eric. It's not arena football. You got to wait till it's snapped. That will be on the Panthers. He's got such great speed.
Older brother Tony played for the indoor team here a little bit this year.
Right. Super exciting Wenatchee Panther player. So the ball gets moved back to the 11-yard line after that procedure. And that brings up first down and 15 for Wenatchee now. 4 minutes, 48 seconds left third quarter.
I know we have some Panther fans across the way, but look at the fans that have come here from Mount Si.
You know, I noticed that when they scored.
Yeah.
I was surprised. It's a ways. Sermon out of shotgun again, and second down and 15. Blauman the handoff inside, has a big hole up the middle, slides through that first tackle, gets a block from Jelsing, and is finally taken out of bounds. First down at the Wenatchee 36-yard line.
We'll call him Shoeless Nate Blauman from now on. Ran out of his own shoe there and got out of a tackle and got it all the way up to the 37-yard line. Boy, that's a way to get yourself out of trouble.
24-yard pickup there for Blauman. That's what he did, Eric. He got out of that first tackle. You mentioned it. He's so slippery on that first guy. It usually doesn't take one guy to get him. It usually takes about 2 or 3. And Blauman, that nice gain.
I should mention
for the Panthers.
Big block inside for Andy Jimenez. Big block outside for Jelsing to help squirt him down the outside.
Sure was. First and 10, Wenatchee. Inside screen. It's Jelsing. Stiff arm, and he gets some nice yardage with the help of a defender from Mount Si who was guiding him along all the way out to the 45-yard line, and that's almost another Panther first down, gain of 8.
was a good-looking play there. They came with the fly sweep look to the side of the field where Gelsinger was coming back from. He had some blockers outside with his fellow wide receivers, came back to the ball, cut inside where the vacancy was, got 8 yards on first down.
Yeah, it's almost like a screen on the outside, but an inside slant then, and he was wide open. A nice pass by Sermon. Clock moving, 3:54 left third quarter as the Panthers approach midfield now. Handoff Blauman, tries the left side, gets hit hard. Stood up and then hit again, and we're going to get another penalty. Boy, and the coaches from Mount Si across the way are not happy with that call. I don't know if it's at the referees or the player.
It was just a silly play.
It was a silly play.
No need for it. He's down. The whistle's blown. Andrew Edson with a pop after the whistle.
And it was already a loss on the play.
It was a loss of about 4 yards on the play.
Absolutely.
And again, these pitch plays going outside against a speedy defense. I just don't see Nate Blauman getting around the outside. They're able to stretch him out, speed for speed, go inside the tackle.
All of his big runs have been inside, too.
And by the way, that penalty is the 9th of the night for 85 yards on Mount Si.
And head coach Charlie Canoon over there just shaking his head at the officials. But it was pretty obvious right below us that was a penalty.
Yeah, and right in front of the Wenatchee bench.
That's right.
You're not going to get away with that.
So that'll take the ball across midfield now and into Wildcat territory. The Panthers in business at the 43-yard line of Mount Si. First down and 10, 3:43 left to go in this speedy moving third quarter.
Blauman, by the way, 13 carries, 91 yards, even after that 4-yard loss.
Here's Blauman right side this time over the right tackle. Gets a nice gain inside the Mount Si 40. So about 3 yards for Blauman on that carry.
Well, he had his offensive lineman right in front of him and didn't wait for Simcast to finish with his block. He ran around Simcast and then hit one of the Wildcats in the helmet over there and went down kind of awkwardly. If you just have a little more patience and wait for that big fella to block in front of you, then make a cut off of his hind end, you might get a few more yards in there.
Absolutely. Panthers have Mount Si on their heels a little bit on defense. Good time just to pound that ball up the middle, maybe tire him out a little bit. Kuntz goes from the right side to the left side. Pass is going right side, and that looked dangerous all the way.
Oh, boy. Yeah, Daniel Harrison on an owl-out blitz from the outside coming right in the face of Camden Sermon and had to get rid of that football a little bit early. I think that play was there, but a good decision by Mount Si to bring the pressure from the outside right where Wenatchee wanted to throw the football.
The intended receiver, Tyler Dillard, over there. That'll bring up third down and 7 now for the Panthers. 2:58 left to go third quarter. Ball right at the 40-yard line of Mount Si. Dillard split out right side. Amezcua to the left side as well as Obadiah Young. Shotgun for Sermon. Back to pass, lots of time over the middle and in and out of the hands that time of Obadiah Young. Wouldn't have been a first down, but it would have been a short game, and now it brings up fourth down.
Hit him in the hands, but Jackson Kimball for Mount Si right there to reach up between the hands, get just enough of that football to knock it away. What do you think? Go for it?
You know, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I'd try and pin him back as far as I could and take my chances with the defense, who's playing much better this half. I just wouldn't want to give him the ball right here at the 40-yard line. But
4 incompletions in a row here for Camden Sermon.
Panthers going for it, fourth down and 7.
Nope.
He's going to quick kick it.
Good idea.
Boy, and the best kick we've seen almost all night, unfortunately.
Hold on.
He saved it.
He did it.
He saved it. Amezcua down there touched the ball at the 1-yard line, and then it was down by Obadiah Young at the 1.
What a beautiful play. I think that was Riley Coons that actually got down
Riley
there
Coons?
and covered the ball at the 1-yard line. How about that play for the Wenatchee special teams? And I'm telling you, Grant, special teams is going to be the difference in this ball game. Our broadcast tonight here on the NCW Life Channel brought to you by Automoca. Visit one of their 6 locations in the Valley, including the only Automoca with inside seating on 5th Street across from the college. What's your Automoca emergency? Well, Mount Si football, but the shadow of their own goalpost looming behind them.
Yeah, that's right. At the 1-yard line, first down and 10. 2:44 left to go here, third quarter.
Oh, fumbled the football in the end zone. Safety, I think, Grant.
It is a safety. A fumbled snap or was it a handoff that was fumbled? I didn't see it.
No, fumbled snap. The center threw his helmet down in disgust. Could have got a 15-yard penalty on top of it there, but no exchange. It did not go anywhere, and the Mount Si Wildcats were lucky that the quarterback was able to cover that football in the end zone.
Wow, and the Panthers a break there, and now have the lead 16-14, and will get the ball back. That's a break and a half right there. They had the Mount Si Wildcats pinned back at the 1. Fourth turnover of the ball game for Mount Si.
What a play for the Panthers, and give credit to special teams. Give credit to Camden Sermon on the pooch punt, and then the race downfield by Mezqua to save the ball from going into the end zone. Riley Coons, I believe, was the man who downed it at the 1-yard line. So give an assist to the special teams and the cover of the fumble in the end zone, and Wenatchee takes his lead for the first time of the ball game.
Boy, and it's amazing the little things that make a difference in a game. Of course, turnovers aren't little things, but just that stop.
Yep.
It's downing that ball at the 1-yard line. And now,
well, you have your choice of punting or place kicking, and Mount Si apparently believes more in their kicker than they do in their punter.
Colby Ramsey, who actually does both.
He does both, so apparently he feels that he's a better place kicker than he is punter.
Panthers should get great field position here.
You could do an onside kicker. I wouldn't, but you could if you wanted to. I would catch him off.
I'd say so. Here's the kick right down the middle of the field, and it's going to be taken at the 32-yard line. It's Jelsing, 40, 45, stiff arm, gets taken down then at the 47-yard line, and the Panthers great field position right there at the 47. 2 minutes, 34 seconds left. This is some of the best position. Wenatchee, in fact, this is, Eric, the best field position the Panthers have had all night long.
How about that? Even after the fumbled punt, yeah, because that was down around
that was
the 35-yard line.
You're right,
so.
Yep.
By the way, just a little note here. Coming up tomorrow on the NCW Life Channel, we'll have the fall football preview show tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And then it's playoff hockey from last year, Cowichan Valley and Wenatchee Wild, 7 o'clock right here on your home for local sports.
First and 10, Panthers. Jelsing split left side, handoff Blauman. Cuts right side over the 50, almost lost the football, and then gets gang tackled at about the 48 down to the 47-yard line, so a gain of about 5.
I don't know how it is that he is so hard to tackle. I guess I'll have to strap it on and get out there sometime during practice and figure it out, because he looked dead to rights, and he sometimes runs so upright. It's like, how in the world are you not tackled down easily by just 1 foot? But somehow he's able to keep his feet underneath of him and gets nearly 5 yards on that
You're
play.
so right. He has that Eric Dickerson running style where it's just straight up upper body. He's just so strong.
Yeah, he is.
Second down at 5 for the Panthers. We dip now under 2 minutes left to go here, third quarter. Sermon shotgun. Blauman back there with him to his right. Handoff, fake to Blauman. Sermon's going to keep it up the middle, tries to get to the 45-yard line. Might be just shy, and a gain of about 1.5 yards. That'll bring up third down.
Yeah, there was a good read by Sermon. They were coming from the right defensive line on that one, stunning around the corner. And if he would have handed that ball to Blauman, it would have been a loss. So good idea for Sermon. There wasn't much happening on that play no matter what. So to get one, call it fortunate. Let's go for 3rd and 4.
You know, this is a big third down for both these teams right here. Panthers have taken the lead, a first down here, and they're marching farther down the field. This is a big down here late in this third quarter with 1:10 left to go. Sermon looks to the sideline for guidance on this play with Blauman standing to his left.
Play clock.
Here's the snap. Handoff, fake to Blauman. Sermon's in trouble. Flushed out of the pocket right side. I think he's just going to get rid of it. Smart play there and throws it out of bounds.
Now that says everything about the work that he did in the offseason to get stronger as a quarterback. Last year he would have went down for a 15-yard loss in that play. He kept his feet, kept his strength about him, and was able to get that ball out of there. Face a 4th and 4 rather than a 4th and 24.
Right. So what will the Panthers do here? Will they send Blauman back to punt? Will they have Sermon just kick a pooch kick again, act like you might go for it? There's lots of possibilities here on a 4th down and 4.
Not a lot of offense in this second half.
No, there hasn't been. Linebackers playing up. Panthers going for it, and the ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage, and that will give Mount Si some excellent field position now on their next possession.
Jesus Nambo Soto. I believe, no, it was Andrew Edson. Andrew Edson, 6'3", 210-pound defensive lineman, got a big paw up there and knocked that ball away. Looked like I saw out of the left corner of my eye a purple uniform that was open on that play, but it goes for not turnover, and it will be Mount Si football.
Boy, and they're going to have a great field position at the 46-yard line. 49 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. Last possession, of course, was a fumble and a safety for Mount Si. The defense held the Panthers, so the Panthers stay with a 16-14 lead.
6 incompletions in a row for Camden Sermon.
Clay Millen in, back in, shotgun. Fake handoff, looks left side.
Back at the ball.
That was awfully close right there.
That was awfully close to a lateral. Maybe a yard in front was the receiver in his relation to the quarterback, but a good heads-up play by the Panther defense there to cover that football.
Braden Holt, the intended receiver, number 6. Soliday, Holt, and Botten all have had really good football game here tonight at the Apple Bowl. So movement, top of the screen, but I saw some other movement too, but I think the Panthers are going to get caught for this one. That'll move the ball up 5 yards. Instead of 2nd down and 10, it'll be 2nd down and 5. Saw a lot of movement on both sides of the ball that time. They just happened to catch the Panthers.
Or did they?
Or did they, is right.
By the way, after 3 quarters, it is Eastmont leading Wilson now 21-0. And it is against the Panthers. 5 penalties, 40 yards unofficially against Wenatchee here in the ball game.
That's a pretty clean game, actually, for the first game of the season. Coach Devereaux cannot stand penalties. I know that much.
No.
Not too many coaches, I guess, that we know can. But.
Well, you look at Mount Si last year, Grant. They put up 52 points against Wenatchee, 53 against Kentwood, 52 against Skyview. They are a scoring machine, and for Wenatchee to hold them to 14 points right now, almost through 3 quarters, is outstanding.
Millen, right side. Boy, Botten, one-handed grab at the 40-yard line. 8-yard gain, needed 4. That's first down for Mount Si with 40 seconds left in the quarter.
That's the prettiest pass reception of the night. Not so great on the throw, but that catch by Botten was something else.
When you mentioned it, Esquivel playing so far off of him, too, almost 10 yards there.
Well, when you got that speed,
you can make it up.
You can believe
recover
you
speed.
can recover, but on those quick passes, hard to do so.
Millen, shotgun. Handoff this time, Beverly. Not going to go anywhere this time, though, as Lloydhammer gets his hands on him. And you go down when Lloydhammer grabs you. Gain of about a yard. And that'll bring up 3rd down now, or 2nd down, I should say, and 9.
Lloydhammer is 6'5". I think his wingspan is about 6'9".
I think so, too. And this might do it for the third quarter as Mount Si going to let this clock run down 1 second, and that will do it at the end of 3. We've got a great one for you here on the NCW Life Channel. It's Wenatchee 16 and Mount Si 14. Come on back. Fourth quarter action coming your way in 60 seconds.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. All with a service you deserve, but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Grant Olson and Eric Granstrom back with you here on the NCW Life Channel. Start of the fourth quarter, and this good one for you here from the Apple Bowl tonight. Panthers jump again, or do they?
No, it's on the offense that time.
It is.
10 penalties, 90 yards against Mount Si here tonight.
It has hurt him, too. It really has hurt him. That was a 2nd and 15. Well, now it's 2nd and 15, I should say. That was a 2nd and 10. The only scoring so far this second half, a safety by the Panthers.
And Mount Si's not used to that by any stretch of the imagination.
Millen shotgun. Beverly back there with him. Two
Low
receivers
snap.
right. It was a low snap. Millen grabs it off the turf. And as a receiver, Esquivel, I thought he had the ball.
No. Completion.
All the way down to the 22-yard line. That's a gain of 22. That just happened so fast. I don't think Esquivel was even ready for it there. As Mount Si once again 1st down and 10, barely gets the down marker guys a chance to move as Beverly has it. No gain, maybe 2 yards up to the 20-yard line of the Panthers.
Millen now 20 of 32 for 242 yards. Had been really quiet until that last pass completion.
And that was a beautiful pass again, too, right down the seam.
It was. Little the defender can do, and he was all over that play and nearly knocked the ball away.
He did.
How he got it in there, I'm not sure.
Trips left side this time for the Mount Si Wildcats. One receiver right side, that's Botten. And Beverly in the backfield as Millen's in shotgun, stands at his own 25-yard line. Good snap this time. No pressure, goes left side, has a receiver there. At the 10, he breaks the tackle, breaks another one, loses the football, but it's out of bounds. And it looks
or is it? We got a flag, or we got no?
Panthers think they recovered
the football. The official threw a beanbag down. He reached for the pocket, grabbed a flag, and then he meant to grab a beanbag. I think Wenatchee's going to get the ball at the 2-yard line here.
Kevin Corder was with on the reception, had a nice move too on the initial hit.
For our cameras, the officials are on the far side of the field talking it over here. And it looks like the white hat or the referee here is talking the linesman out of it, the line judge, out of the call of a fumble.
Well, the ball was loose. I saw it come out.
It did come out, but the question is whether the receiver was had his foot out of bounds when the fumble occurred. Of course, hopefully back at home we're getting a replay of it here on the NCAA Life channel. It's a long way away from our cameras. And the official's still talking about it. And will it be a penalty flag? Oh, we have a penalty flag that's right at the end of the play. So let's see what it is here. We have a penalty against the defense. And unsportsmanlike against the offense. So the penalties will offset. The play will stand, and right now it looks like the play is a completion and out of bounds at the 3-yard line.
And that's a gain of 18 then from the 21. And that's a big call right there.
It is. Hurts. And who was the receiver that time? Was it Botten again? Or
no, it was Kevin Corder.
Oh, Corder, okay.
Yeah.
Rare catch for him tonight.
There's a great shot of the referee talking to head coach Charlie Canoon.
So I think what they got was at the end of the play there, I think we had helmet-to-helmet contact, and then there was some jawing after the fact by Mount Si. So the penalty was on the defender with a contact to the head, and then it was a penalty against the offense on unsportsmanlike conduct. So those being both dead ball penalties, I don't know. They're marking it off against Mount Si and not against Wenatchee.
So that's actually only a gain of 5 yards then. It was originally on the 21. That's a net gain of 5 yards.
Interesting. Okay, so basically a 10-yard penalty against the offense.
But it is 1st down and 10 at the Panthers' 16-yard line. 10:58 left to go, 4th quarter. Millen shotgun, trips right side this time. With Soliday to the left. Here's Millen. Looks over the middle, under nice pressure that time.
Jax Tucker got in there and got a hand up as he squirted through the A-gap and was able to get a hand up and get a hold of the arm. I don't think he hit the football. I think he hit the arm of Clay Millen as he tried to release that football. Brings up a 2nd down and 10.
Jack Stucker's played a pretty good ball game, especially here in this second half. Was a little bit quiet in the first. In fact, you wondered kind of where he was, but he's been playing well here in the second half. 2nd down, 10. Ball still at the Panthers' 16-yard line. Millen, shotgun. Trips right side once again. Millen's looking that way too. He's flushed out of the pocket. Lloydhammer had him. Millen gets the ball away and almost makes a completion.
How in the world did he get rid of that football?
Amazing.
There were 3. It looked like a purple wave out there on top of him, and somehow he's able to escape the wave, hold his breath, put 3 fingers in the air, and got himself saved for the day by the lifeguard.
Pretty amazing. 6'3", 191 for Millen. So he's kind of lanky out there. Makes it kind of hard to drag him down, I guess. But big play here, 3rd down and 10. It's 4-down territory, though, you'd think. But being down by 2, maybe not.
Well, they did have a kicker out for a 42-yarder earlier. He was wide left, and a timeout going to be taken.
I think we'll take one, too. 10 minutes, 48 seconds left to go, 4th quarter. It's Wenatchee 16 and Mount Si 14. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Stay with us.
At Town Toyota, we believe in our community, and we're proud to support this broadcast of local sports. Town Toyota defines reliability and value in both its products and in the dealership itself. We are home to legendary products like the RAV4, Highlander, and Camry, not to mention Tundras and Tacoma trucks. Of course, we offer service for everything we sell and a great selection of pre-owned and certified vehicles as well. So enjoy the game and visit Town Toyota for all your automotive needs.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
Third down and 10 yards to go for Mount Si at the 16-yard line of the Panthers. Millen back to pass, eludes pressure, now keeps it up the middle, left side, and gets hammered down short at the 10-yard line. And that will bring up 4th down. Panthers flying around on defense here in this second half.
8 yards on the running play. What that does is make it a much more manageable field goal attempt here for Mount Si and their kicker, Colby Ramsey. Now, he was wide left earlier, and he's got an angle to the right.
Kick is up, and the kick slides through, and it's good, and Mount Si takes the lead. 10:06 left to go, 4th quarter. It's Mount Si 17 and Wenatchee 16. We're back in 60 seconds.
What's your Automocha emergency? It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha pepitas.
A peach Red Bull.
10 minutes, 6 seconds left to go. Here's the kick by Ramsey after making a 27-yard field goal. Here's the ball taken by Jelsing. 15-yard line, gets a block out to the 20, and then taken down at the 22. Nice tackle there. And the Panthers will take over at the 22. 9 plays, 54 yards on that field goal. The scoring drive for Mount Si took 2 minutes, 49 seconds off the clock. 27-yard field goal by Colby Ramsey. And we're now 17-16 our score. Panthers with the football and down by 1.
Our broadcast brought to you in part by JDSA Attorneys, delivering quality and innovative legal services to North Central Washington since 1946. Online at jdsalaw.com.
All right, Sermon in shotgun. Panthers at their own 21-yard line. About 10 minutes left to go in this fourth quarter. Here's Blauman on the right side and gets stacked up right away after about a 2-yard gain.
Well, that brings him to the century mark on the night. 16 carries, 100 yards for Blauman. Boy, the linebackers for Mount Si sure are good. Jake Smith and Daniel Harrison, Caleb Danglish in there, Kevin Corder as well. They just do their job, fill the gaps, and come up and shoot and make solid tackles.
And you know, they're not huge. They're all about 195 pounds. They're not huge kids, but boy, can they play football. You're right. Sermon, fake handoff this time to Blauman, rolls to his right and then just gets rid of it, basically. Dangerous, that's for sure. Intended receiver was Camden Lloyd-Hammer.
Carson Clay was dropping off of the defensive line on the tackle on that side, and he was in between Sermon and his intended receiver, and that was so close. He got a handout stretch. I don't think he touched the football.
No, he didn't.
Boy, that looks scarier than it was probably.
3rd down and 7. Panthers need to get something going on offense, at least get out of their end of the football field. Don't want to give Mount Si some more good field position. 2 receivers split way out to the left side. 1 to the right, fake handoff, left side pass, and it's to Jelsing who dropped it. Boy, he's been so good at that play all night, too. Just looked downfield before he had it in his mitts. And that'll bring up 4th down for the Panthers.
Just what Wenatchee didn't need there is a 3 and out on this offensive possession when they're down by 1. Momentum swing is happening towards Mount Si right now.
Well, and Eric, other than the safety, the Panthers 3 punts now and turned it over on downs here in the second half.
And 7 consecutive incompletions by Camden Sermon.
Right. Boy, and the very dangerous Colby Botten back to receive this kick by Blauman. Blauman runs a little bit and then kicks a wobbly low kick across the 50. I don't think they wanted Botten to run this thing back and lets it go out of bounds. But boy, is Mount Si going to have great field position at their own 47.
You know, Grant, that's rugby style for Blauman to make the defense hold just enough, the return team hold just enough to make sure he keeps them honest, and then he doesn't really care about the length of the kick. Just kick it away from the return man, and that is exactly what the Panthers wanted there. But Mount Si with fantastic field position.
Man, their own 48-yard line. Started at their own 46-yard line on their last possession.
You know, if I'm Mount Si right now, I run the football.
I would too. Panthers expecting pass. They started the second half, handed it off to Beverly, who had a couple of nice carries.
Well, and Beverly with all 34 of his yards here in the second half. Millen with 36 yards on the ground. They have had success gashing at times against that Panther defense here in the second half.
Ball's been moved back to the 46-yard line. 1st down and 10. Millen shotgun. Beverly to his left, standing at the 40-yard line. Eric, they heard you. Hand it off to Beverly. Left side, gets about 4 yards. Close to the 50, you call it the 49-yard line.
Andy Jimenez jumping on his back and making it difficult because it feels like he just had a chest freezer thrown on top of you as you try to carry the ball.
He's a big boy. 5'9", 235, Andy Jimenez, the senior.
Reminds me of Puna Ford for the Seattle Seahawks up front. He's got that leverage.
2nd and 7 now for the Wildcats. Clock moving, 8:35 left to go, 4th quarter.
Motion on the offense, left tackle moving just ever so slightly, and another penalty against Mount Si. That would be 12 for 105 yards.
Gale Camp, the guilty party, 6'3", 256-pound senior.
Now, Mount Si might read about, the fans back home might read about this game tomorrow, and who knows what the outcome is as far as the final score. But they're going to look at that line score and go, wait a minute, 12 penalties, 105. Oh, we were homered.
Yeah, exactly.
We were homered over in Wenatchee. That's what happened.
Yep.
No, I'm sorry. They're making the mistakes here tonight.
You know that's what it'll be, especially if they lose by 1 or lose, who knows.
Long way to go in this.
There is. All right, 2nd down and 12. Ball now at the 44-yard line. Millen shotgun. Goes right side all the way. Ball is caught by Holt over there. Still on his feet, almost gets a first down, just shy. Now in Panther territory, brought down at the 47-yard line.
Gain of 9 yards on that pass play. And again, it's nothing too tricky. Just here, I'm going to throw it to you. You catch it and then try to break a tackle. That's exactly what they did.
Boy, Holt, Soliday, and Botten. What a trio of receivers. Here's Beverly now on the handoff. A rare one. No.
Flag down.
There is. I don't think he got to the first down marker. Very close. Got to about the 45. Needed to get past the 45.
I think going to be a hold against the offensive line here. At least that's where that flag came in. So the result of the play would make it 4th and 1. If you're Wenatchee and it's against the offense, you back them up here for sure.
Absolutely. It is a hold.
Much to the chagrin of the head coach for the Mount Si Wildcats.
Charlie Canoon. He hasn't been happy this whole game, really.
Nope.
That'll move the Wildcats back 5 yards.
In the talk before the ball game with the officials,
10 yards, I should say.
The officials mentioned to him, okay, so we hear that you run a fly sweep. And Canoon says, who told you that? And they said, well, one of your assistant coaches. And he turns and looks at his assistant coaches that are 35 yards away from him, like with a death stare. Okay, who gave up the information about that?
That's funny. 8:02 left to go in this game. Now under 8 minutes. 3rd down and 14.
Interception would go well about now.
Ball at the 42-yard line. Millen in shotgun. Beverly to his right, trips left side. One receiver right side. That's the short side of the field. Here's the snap. Millen back to pass. Lots of time. This time goes right in and out of the hands of Botten, and that's about the first pass I think he's dropped all night. The pass wasn't that bad.
In his hands.
It was.
And Botten has been able to corral those most of the night, but when they needed it most, they don't. And give credit to the Wenatchee defense.
That's right. Panthers will get the ball back here, and they need it back. Clock moving, 7:41 left to go. 17-16 our score. Mount Si on top. Colby Ramsey back to kick.
Esquivel back to receive.
At the 25-yard line. Watch out for something here, you think?
Low snap.
Oh, almost there.
Man,
beautiful, beautiful kick. It sends Esquivel back inside his 10, and he picks it up inside the 5. That's one thing you don't do. Gets grabbed by the back of the helmet, thrown down, and that's going to be a penalty.
Oh, goodness.
And that's going to get the Mount Si sideline riled up. They already are.
Shane Dowling down to cover that punt. Esquivel, not the best choice in the world. I understand you're trying to make a play back there, but Dowling may help the Wenatchee return man with a 15-yard penalty by grasping the back of the helmet.
And he didn't have to do that.
Didn't have to do it.
He had Esquivel dead to rights back there.
Yep. We'll see if they agree with the penalty here.
Well,
again, our officiating crew has been a busy one tonight. Troy Hulse is the referee. Mark Bovard is the umpire. Mitch Walls Lyons, the judge, is Kirk Lyons. The backfield judge is Fred Carino. That's the one who threw that flag on the return, and it will be against Mount Si. And Coach Canoon, I think, is going to have a stroke over there, for goodness sakes. He is not a happy camper.
But he needs to be mad at his players and not the officials, because that was pretty obvious, too.
That was pretty obvious. And from our perspective, it was obvious. Of course, we're across the field. You're looking at it at home, the same angle that he has at it. You and I are across the way in the press box.
Right.
We saw the backside of that play where the grasp of the helmet occurred. You probably couldn't see that on the camera, and if you're Coach Canoon, you couldn't see that either.
Absolutely. The Panthers have it now at their own 20-yard line. Here's Sermon back to pass, flings it out left side. Jelsing makes a move, gets across the 25. Nice move. It enabled him to get about 3 yards more and close to a first down up to the 30, but he's down at about the 27-yard line, gain of 7.
Good job by Camden Sermon there, looking right, then coming back left and doing a little juke in the backfield to give himself a little more time to find Jelsing up the far sideline for 7 yards.
Clock continuing to roll. We're under 7 minutes now. 6:59 left to go here in this ball game. Mount Si leads it 17-16. Sermon shotgun, hands it off. Here's Blauman, right side up the middle, has some room, makes another move.
Flag
He's
down.
still on his feet. Flag is down. Will this come back? Blauman still on his feet across the 50 to a 49-yard line.
Unfortunately, all that for naught, but a late flag comes in. We'll see. This could add injury to insult for Wenatchee. That may have been a little shove at the end of the play by the Panthers. If that's the case, that's a dead ball foul on top of what looks to be a hold on the play.
That hurts. That was the toughest run of the night for Blauman. It really was. That's Nate Blauman kind of style right there, isn't it?
Got a hold against the offense and a dead ball foul, personal foul against the offense as well. So I believe, Grant, they marked both of those off.
I think they will.
One is a dead ball foul after the play has concluded. The other a hold, which was right near the line to gain at the 29-yard line. So they'll go back to the 19, and I believe they'll go half the distance from there. So Wenatchee will have the ball at about the 9-yard line.
What could have been the 50.
Yeah.
That was a nice run. That was really a nice run.
A beautiful run by Nate Blauman. Unfortunately, all for naught. So here's the officials' call again, holding against the offense. And then dead ball, personal foul against the offense. So there's the first mark off to the 19, and now half the distance from the 19 will be at about the 9-yard line, if I have my math correct.
You got it right on, partner.
Yep.
Wow.
So
what
that
a turn of events there.
Yeah, that turns out to be a 19-yard penalty.
So 2nd and 21 now for the Panthers. They need to get all the way up to the 30-yard line. As Eric mentioned, ball on the 9-yard line, 6:44 left now.
Well, you can't get it all back in one play. Well, you could hand it off to Nate Blauman. You could hit it all in one play.
Right.
But what you want to do is make 3rd and manageable here. You are in your own end. You're trailing by 1. Make a smart play here. Just get positive yardage.
Right. Blauman with it, or I should say Sermon out of shotgun. Looks downfield, rolling to his right, still rolling. He better get rid of it. Shovel pass to Blauman in the end zone. I don't think he's going to get out of there.
Nope.
He's not, and that's a safety. Safety for Mount Si, who get 2 more here now and add to their total. 19-16 the score, and they will get the ball back. Wow, that was weird. That was a strange looking play.
Camden Sermon has got to learn when to play for another down. Trying so hard, the junior quarterback, to make something out of nothing. Jailbreak in the end zone. He's got bodies all around him. And
get rid of it. Just get rid of the ball.
Just throw the ball away.
Yep.
Tried to make a play to Blauman, but Blauman, when he caught the ball, was 6 yards deep in the end zone, and he had guys all around him. There was really just no place to go with that football.
Even if Sermon takes a intentional grounding, it's better than that.
Well, that would be a safety.
Well, I guess that would have been the end zone.
It would have been, yep. 2 safeties here tonight. Grant, would you have predicted this?
No. That's strange. So what are they going to do? Punt it or kick it away here?
Well,
Blauman's been punting a little bit better.
I see their kicker with his tee in hand, so it looks like they're going to kick it. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Weinstein Beverage Company, a family-owned business proud to support local high school teams. Find them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram. Also, they're on the web, WeinsteinBeverage.com. Appreciate you joining us here on the NCW Live Channel. First of our 11 football broadcasts here on Thursday and Friday nights. We've got a couple of Thursday night broadcasts coming up just a few weeks away. We'll have Wenatchee on a Thursday night and then Eastmont on a Friday night as we wrap up the month of September. We'll have Cashmere coming up against
That'll be fun.
on
That'll
the
be
first
fun.
Friday of October. Head to our website, ncwlife.com, and find the football schedule So you could watch along at home or wherever you might be on your mobile device, streaming online at ncwlife.com or on our Facebook page.
All right, the Panthers are going to kick this one off, and it's a low liner across the 50 taken there. Now 45-40. The runner lowers his head. Nice run.
Jake Smith on the return.
Also a pretty good linebacker on defense who's just going to toss it back. And look at this field position inside the 40 to 39.
We got sideline interference again against Mount Si.
Oh, boy.
So this is coming back somewhat.
We're going to see an eruption over there.
Oh, I'll tell you. Canoon might be watching the end of this one from our broadcast.
19-16 the score. 3-point Mount Si lead with 6:20 left. Still a lot of time left.
Absolutely. Last decade, they've really made an emphasis on that sidelines. As you look at the field here at Lee Bofto Field, see that big white area? That is the safety zone for the officials and for the lines keepers here and our chain gang. And they really want everybody to stay back of that because that's supposed to be the safe zone where the officials run up and down the sideline. Now, it's been at least a decade ago that they made this a point of emphasis that everybody needs to get back from that wide white line, the sideline here on both sides of the field. This is the case throughout high school football and really on Saturdays and Sundays as well. They want to keep those people back to keep the officials safe because it's hard enough to come out here and put the stripes on and throw flags and blow whistles, let alone have to run into somebody that you're not seeing out of the corner of your eye.
Well,
it's just the same as a blindside hit by somebody on the field as it is with what's happening on the sideline. So I believe it was a sideline infraction. However, the official is coming over here to talk to Scott Devereaux about what happened on the field. And, by the way, one of the Panthers came to the sideline. So we've got...
That's the call.
Sideline infraction against Mount Si on the kick. So will it be a re-kick? I guess that's the option for Wenatchee. So that's a 15-yard penalty. That does change field position potential quite a bit because Mount Si looked like they were going to get it well into Wenatchee territory. So it looks like they're going to re-kick this football after they mark off the penalty. So
well, that'll help the Panthers. That was a nice
Absolutely.
run back, and they had the ball good shape. So
now after they mark the penalty off, it's out to the 35-yard line. And Cesar Gonzalez will tee it up there.
Wow.
From the right hash
Interesting,
mark.
huh?
Yeah. Well,
back
that's
deep
another-
is the dangerous Colby Botten, too. You got to watch out for him. Also back deep this time, Aiden Doherty. And they are standing at their own 19-yard line.
14 penalties, 130 yards against
Holy
Mount
cow.
Si.
Here's Gonzalez with the kick. A much better kick this time. It's taken by Doherty at the 16-yard line. Looks up the middle of the field. Look like a hold right there. Stays in the middle of the field. Nice run back all the way across the 45 to about the 46. And that's where Mount Si will take over there at the 46-yard line.
30-yard return. The potential for better field position was there. They still gave up a big return on that kickoff following, I guess we'll call it a free kick after the safety.
Right.
After the penalty, another free kick. But still Mount Si, good field position at their own 46-yard line to start this possession with 6:12 left in the game and the lead.
Still a lot of time left. Panthers need to stop here. With Millen in shotgun, once again standing at his own 40-yard line. Beverly next to him, left side, trips right side. Millen back in shotgun, goes left side. Beverly out of the backfield in the flat. Nice pass and completion across the 50 into Panther territory now at the 48-yard line.
I thought they could have called procedure on Beverly there. He made a little flinch in the backfield next to the quarterback, but I guess as a offensive player that can reset, he did so for a full second before the snap, so no penalty and a gain of 7 yards.
He comes out, and in there, Guy Brucieri.
There you go.
Got it that time. Clock moving, 5:37 left to go, fourth quarter. Millen. Oh, we have movement in the slot this time, no doubt about it. Kevin Corder took about 2 steps towards the line, or past the line of scrimmage. That might be the easiest call of the night.
Charlie Canoon came to Wenatchee tonight with a crew cut. He's going to leave Wenatchee tonight with less hair than I do. He keeps reaching up to his scalp going, oh my gosh. And I don't blame him. I mean, it's frustrating for your team to make mistakes like that, but also, you know, have the penalty flag certainly rain down against you all night long.
2nd down and 9 now for the Wildcats. Ball is at their own 47-yard line. 2 receivers each side of the line of scrimmage. Millen, shotgun. Bucchieri, once again, Brucchieri in the background. And there's Millen. He's tied up. How did he get out of that first grasp? He doesn't get out of the next one. No, not a flag comes in late. Why?
This could be against Wenatchee for a little extracurricular after the sack on the play, and that's too bad. Panthers did a great job getting pressure. Dead ball foul, personal foul against the defense.
The Josh Bouchon, number 88.
So it was a loss of 4 yards.
Boy, that hurts. Panthers right there. 5:03 left now, by the way.
And a 15-yard penalty.
Takes it into Panther territory.
7 penalties, 74 yards on Wenatchee tonight. So it has been a flag-filled evening.
Boy, it has. That ball will be spotted at the Panther 42-yard line. Don't want to give Millen this kind of room in your own territory. Once again in the backfield, Brucchieri. 1 receiver left side, it's Soliday. Handoff Brucchieri, left side, gets hit at the 40, falls forward for a couple of yards, picks up 5. Make it 4 on the carry. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Outside is content to run some clock here too with 4:34 left.
Eastmont on the road tonight at Wilson in Tacoma. Looks like they're going to get off to a 1-0 start in the fourth quarter, leading at 35-0.
2nd and 6 now. Ball at the Panther 38-yard line. Clock still moving. 4:15 left now. Millen shotgun. Brucchieri in the backfield and another movement, more movement on the line.
It's on the offense.
Turns a 2nd and 6 into a 2nd and 11 now. And Coach Canoon, once again, having a hard time dealing with all these penalties.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, they don't have the advantage of playing several preseason games, if you will. This is it. You come out here, you strap the helmet on, strap the pads on a Friday night, and this one counts, and so do the rest of the other 9-10 games you have this season.
2nd and 11. Ball at the 43-yard line now. Shotgun Millen, left side. Has a receiver there, Soliday. He's hit immediately at the 38. Whistles sound. And that's a short gain of about 4 yards.
I'm not sure why they stopped the clock on that. He was inbounds. Panthers trying to...
Clock still stopped.
Say he went out of bounds. Scott Devereaux looked over his coaching staff saying, hey, let me make this call.
So 3rd down 6. Ball at the 38-yard line. 3:42 left to go. Fourth quarter. Panthers down by 3. Here's Millen in the shotgun. Brucchieri next to him, right side. Millen back to pass under a little bit of a pressure. Goes right side. Not Button. It's Holt wide open on that right side and then gets leveled at the 20. Wow, what a hit over there.
Oh, the Panthers were so close to getting him.
Dawson Pike put the hit on over there.
Close to getting the sack on the play. Tucker was there. Also there for the Panthers getting some pressure was Trey Jagla. They just were a half of a step late.
Well, I didn't see what happened on that tackle. It looked just like a tackle.
It was a late hit.
Oh, jeez.
18-yard pass play, by the way.
Not what the Panthers wanted here. With only 3 minutes, 25 seconds left to go in the game. Now they're going to give Mount Si even some more yardage on this penalty.
Yeah, it wasn't the first hit. It was the second hit that was a little bit late, so they call a dead ball foul and a hit to the helmet against the Panthers. Next question is, was it a target, and is there an ejection? Officials are talking it over right now. The coaching staff for Mount Si saying there's got to be an ejection here. I think our head referee tonight, Troy Holtz, has spent more time on the Mount Si sideline explaining things than he's been out there in the backfield.
More than I've seen in a long time.
Absolutely. Well,
okay, where's the ball going to be? That's what we want to know at this point.
It'll be half the distance to the goal, so down to the 10-yard line.
All right.
So that works out to be a 10-yard penalty. We've had a total, Grant, of 24 penalties in this ball game and 224 yards in penalties total here tonight.
First game of the season, I guess that's what happens, right?
I should mention to Malcolm Whitehall back in the studios that be prepared to take out some of our prime inventory coming up, because we're not going to get this game over in the next 10 minutes, I can tell you that.
First down and goal now for Mount Si. Hand off Beverly. Breaks the first tackle. Still at the 10-yard line. Gets away from everyone. He's going to rumble in. And that's a touchdown. The Panthers had him dead to rights at about the 9. And that's a 10-yard touchdown run.
That is something that Coach Scott Devereaux, after last year's first game where Wenatchee traveled to Mount Si and were drubbed 52-0. The biggest takeaway from that, aside from the fact that Wenatchee had some troubles offensively, was he said too many times we did not wrap up. Now, here in the second half, we've seen that a few times. It hasn't been bad through this whole game, but that was a case of not wrapping up and finishing right there.
Ramsey on for the point after try. It's up and it's good. 3:09 left to go in the fourth quarter. It's now Mount Si 26, the Wenatchee Panthers 16. We're back in 60 seconds.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.